I'm focused. I've been watching for the omens. I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded. I got the feeling that you know it. Yeah, I've only just begun. I won't stop until it's done, till you're broken. So welcome to the fire. I'm the one with the lighter. Feel it burning through your veins as we're walking through the flames, getting higher. Bigger they are, harder they fall.
We return to the dark, into the depths of the morning, to the earliest hours. A horseman confronts a group of, at first they look like scouts, but then this kind of marching sounds that preceded them revealed a kind of small militia of dark-plated, spear and sword-wielding knights. Knights that have been mentioned by Cornell in earlier episodes, but whispers of the words perdition, something that you remember when you see them. See the stone just like fly over the bush, and you know it hit her because there's a little skip rock.
Okay.
And then you can see her head like poke up slightly, her eyes are there, but she's actually half in a bush trying to like conceal herself.
Yeah, I'm gonna point.
Right.
I'm gonna yell at all these people. You can't find these things here. Let's return to the walls. Now we'll run the opposite direction.
Okay. Tell me the distance.
25, 35 feet. If it took an action to throw that rock.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll 35.
You are next to Moki, or parallel.
I'm like in the middle of the road, aren't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right at the edge of the road, but yes, you are just on the side of where it is. And they obviously
No, your children are here. Now is not time for dumb heroics.
You know where you are. Not good, not good, not good. Next is Oscar. You see soldiers like their roar is billowing around you as the volume of their rage begins to grow, and they are willing and ready to die fighting beside you.
He will.
You should save your soldiers instead.
Yeah.
He'll turn around, face them.
What does he look like again, for the sake of audiences of like, and in this one as you channel what you're going to do?
Yeah, you see a cloaked figure wearing sort of an armored variation of a monk's habit. Sort of clutch his chest and say, "My friends, we face evil. Do your best."
Oh no, you're outside.
And I will cast Bless. Everyone within 30 feet of me gets a +1 to hit.
Whoa.
And as
Felix,
a action,
+1 to hit to all of your boys.
You have to be on single.
my allies.
Oh.
Sting!
Yeah, and he will quickly dash back.
I felt that one.
And you see him draw what looks like a piece of leather and reach down to the ground and put a little stone in it and start to spin it. And then he will look at Heron. These are summons. That likely means there's a summoner. Don't show your whole hand. And I will switch my teamwork feat to outflank.
You a paladin?
All right, Felix, you are the soldiers, and you get to move while Jonathan is at the wall. Actually, Jonathan's at 7 in initiative, but let's just say 4 at this moment. Jonathan is at the gate and is about to go through the traffic of the people leaving. You're seeing soldiers beginning to kind of like bar the front because they're hearing something happening in the distance, and you can see with what is a tiny amount of firelight, there is some massive figure arcing over where you just heard Moki scream. 400 feet away at least. You need to start sprinting now.
We'll take the alarm because it doesn't get there. There seems to be danger afoot.
Rudy, please, don't stop, no! If you...
You should listen to the intelligent gay god instead.
Please just stop, it's not safe, don't go any further, please!
I like that guy. He's got a job. He
Don't
knows what to
worry, I'm a professional. I deal with this shit.
do. Don't worry, I'm immortal.
Not recently.
We cannot legally protect you outside these walls!
That's a little weird, but I guess maybe that's your jurisdiction.
Soldiers, defensive formations.
You just run, it's just dark, there's just no one around you.
Formation phalanx. They all start to
And then returning to the group of soldiers that has just been bolstered by magical, like, what type of energy was it that you felt flow that allowed them to kind of bolster themselves?
Yeah, you don't actually really see much happen, but you see, as he clutches his chest, faint sort of sparks of white lightning appear and then dissipate outwards. Everyone feels, hardened in the mind. They get a +1 to hit, and then they also have a +1 against saves against fear.
Like a sturdy shot of liquor, their minds are narrow-minded and focused. They're greased up.
soldiers begin to pull out a potion as they begin drinking, as their armor begins to harden.
And most of these soldiers aren't even fully dressed in their armor. They've been taking it off over time, so now they're just putting on their helmets, they're drinking their potions, they're preparing themselves when they've been ready to sleep for 30 hours.
As after that happens, they will start to...
Oh, they didn't have the time, they just put it on the helmet, that's it, that's the best they got. Yeah, do it.
So they'll start to slow down their movements.
Beautiful. Alright, you're gonna force them to move on the enemy.
Yeah. They drink the bark skin, so now they have 26. So now the second attack and miss.
That's it. That's it.
If you roll a 3 or something.
If I roll
anything for
a 2
or 3.
Ah,
2.
wonderful.
Yeah. Alright.
Good though. That one.
Next in initiative is someone that is leading the kind of side of the soldiers that are still unmoving, that have not begun to fight. Oh, that's it. That's the DC. You see plant growth starts to appear underneath the armored skeletal giant that was swinging away, and a wave of fire kind of scorches above the crowd. Jonathan can see that. There's like a wreath of fire sparked by some sort of high torch. It's a staff. It's a massive staff and mace combined. And as it waves in the air, there's kind of these crackling vines that seem to be blackened by the earth and reach up and grab towards the armored skeletal giant, and its foot bone just rips up and through to no effect. Armored skeleton, after a surprise attack, now gets to go again on the one guy in front of him, but I'm not even going to bother rolling because he hits. So I'm not going to delete that guy, but delete 30 damage from your group.
Does he get flung off the cliff?
No, he can hold his ground kind of moving under its legs, but there is still enough shale and debris that it's and considering it's potentially just this one guy at the front, he's on death's door because they have 70 HP. That's 30 damage plus a little bit over the last round. They have 2 attacks, so the second attack, it needs to roll high. First attacks do well. 1 natural 20, 5 damage doesn't matter.
Oh wait,
Reconfirm, that's an 18.
what's the time frame?
That's it.
Yeah, just like me.
I rolled a 2, so that's actually not. I'm not going to count that. I got to roll 3 more hits. Boom. The crit is a 1. That's worse.
No.
Okay.
Love that.
The plus modifier on the weapon is +2, +1.
Gotcha.
So that's 9 damage.
So it's +3.
No,
That's still
You
about
said
average.
+2 +1.
yeah, +2, +1.
Yeah, so it's 3 times 3.
So
Yeah.
And my monsters.
What?
It's plus your weapon.
Yeah.
And he rolled a 1.
So yeah, 4 times 3.
So it's 4 times 3.
So it's 12 damage.
Okay, so that's 19
See what I
damage
mean?
from one army.
Can we get a new
It's
player,
Felix.
please?
12 from another. Felix, what was the total damage?
Total damage for this attack. The attack would be 5 times 3, which would be 15.
Okay, beautiful.
Should have given this all this to me.
So 45 damage from all of the groups of soldiers combined.
It insults me that you think Melion is useful here. Or alive.
I
He
don't know,
doesn't
you
know,
can
but-
try.
We're doing something.
No, he wouldn't.
He really wouldn't.
He would not, he would not do anything.
Any amount of damage resistance takes away all of yours.
Yes.
It is November.
You could do like 12 damage on a crit.
I've not got a crit this target,
Yeah, but maybe you could do 2 damage overall.
Loki
Let's do this.
and Jonathan gets 60 feet out of the
What was your initiative?
10.
What about my 19?
Oh yeah, sorry,
Just
squeezed in
kinda
between the soldiers. Sorry, you go before the soldiers,
But you wait for them to be counted.
Yeah,
but that's okay
Yeah,
because
okay.
they're all staying exactly where they are,
Yeah,
killing
no,
what they're killing.
that's fair. That's,
You're
yeah.
judging what's going on.
Yeah. I'm using my action for accurate assessment, so you know that may.
What does that do?
I'm going to look at this big, hulky motherfucker and identify what his AC is.
You need to make a check against them?
Nope, 19.
That's stupid.
That's really strong.
Okay.
I love me some
Third body class.
third body feats. I love that shit.
Big boy has a 19. The other one, obviously not armored, will not have this one.
I can move stuff.
Wait, I missed.
That other one's
I
got his
thought I was
drip
here.
on,
Where
so
am I?
his AC's lower, but he looks
Where is-
taller.
Right there, right below your hands.
Oh, there I am.
Next to it, 3.
So what did you say his AC was?
19.
That's not very nice. Can you lower that, please?
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Really? Nah. The other two have lower ACs, which I'm okay.
Oh, great.
That is my
Sure,
action.
It's okay, I have a +1 hit.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
I got spells.
You'll hit eventually.
Use all your spells.
Only 20 rolls you're gonna make. Assure that you need at least
Use
like
all your
5.
spells.
Okay.
Oh, he may go.
Ray, you did your...
Yeah, I moved 30 feet closer.
Alright, beautiful. Okay.
Wait, where's the edge of the field? So I can hear.
Oh yeah. The edge of the field, it's only a 20-foot sphere, so
Yeah.
it was all around there.
Ah,
So
cool,
all
so I
that
can hear
tree area was, yeah. Sophia looks like she's about to start diving that way. Just like around the side of the wall. Yeah, Moki. Yeah, do what you want to do, man.
Okay.
You're now just seeing like large gouts, sprays of blood. I mean, you're actually starting to feel what you thought were drops of rain, but are not. It's
So
reaching you.
Murphy currently thinks that he was ambushed when he was trying to pick up his children, and his ambushes were ambushed by giant undead.
That's what I'm saying. What are you doing? You're seeing them get carnage. What
But
do you do?
there is one clear thing. My ambushes might have my children, all locations of the children. They have to
And
live.
they did seem that they were willing to compensate with you before the attack happened. So there is some.
Exactly.
You know what to do.
How far away
Grab the
from my
weakest one and drag him.
that?
Kill him.
There. How
Chop his legs off and
much
pick him
distance
up.
is that between me?
You're going to be plowing through soldiers.
I'll jump over them.
I will do a jump check. Yeah.
I will burn section raid. You know, that's a free action. Never mind. I will free action.
All right.
Just jump like 50, 60.
That is a 36 on my jump check.
I have a 15.
And
Fair.
Oh, sorry. Did I say 36? I meant 40.
So you can
Plus-
40 feet.
you can jump 40 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't count diagonal.
Well, 20 feet straight up.
Yeah.
So your climb can come up to here, and then you can easily jump onto the giant in its space.
Can I jump into its ribcage?
You jump basically at your downwards ankle at the crotch area where there's nothing. So you just go through their legs if you're jumping, or you could hit the leg.
I'm not sure. Is jumping an action or is that just movement? Movement. Cool.
You are right at hip level. You can just.
I
you're
will-
behind it for flanking on us.
I don't think he has enough movement speed.
I have 70 feet movement speed. Wait, sorry. I have 60 feet movement speed.
I'm not gonna do this again.
He has 4 wings.
Plus 20
Double the
range,
double the
plus
movement.
10 for barbarian. Okay, let's
For
fucking
this guy,
hit it.
you are looking to hit a 15 AC.
Have you ever been to the class
15
being
AC.
15 AC.
Neither, but I'm sure they do a lot of jumping there.
They do jump from things, yeah.
Is that a 7 or a 1?
That's a 7. 1 is right next to it. It's 18.
18.
Just misses, right?
Not against the
He
unarmored.
doesn't have armor.
15 AC. You carve into its lower.
Is it immune to
Hell,
bleed?
Uh.
If it doesn't say it's immune, then it's probably not.
It's beautiful.
Fuck.
Oh yeah. Undead traits is under there. So yeah.
Okay.
What type of damage do you have?
This is just slashing.
It's not budging.
That one. They're vulnerable to bludgeoning, are they?
Immune, probably.
What? That's so weird.
They got little
Is it resistance / bludgeoning?
DR/bludgeoning.
That means it's got resistance to everything but bludgeoning. So it's weak.
Oh,
The slash
It's got resistance to all physical damage but bludgeoning.
Okay, I do 19 slashing damage, which I guess is half to 10 or 9.
So I was like, skeletons are usually weak to bludgeoning.
I now understand DR properly, man. That's
Oh wait,
crazy.
no, they have DR. That's right.
That's
So if you ever see DR dash, that means it's just a static.
so that's great. So 46 from the soldiers gets put into like
6.
23, halving it.
How much damage do I do with 19?
Yeah.
It says right there.
Minus every attack by the DR.
Oh, you're just minusing it by the amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
That's the
Every single individual attack you minus by the amount.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Which makes one large attack not as much.
Yeah. But this does make sense. This does make sense.
Yeah. It's kind
It also
of
means that it's so much less damage.
Yes, it does make sense that mobbing around these giant abominations is not
I mean,
It's how
But it looks like a good idea in context.
Fair.
You know, even I'm getting it
No,
wrong.
it doesn't.
This looks like
it's what sort of balances out action and cost.
yeah, it's good against hordes. Like,
You see, I understood that to an extent. I understood damage
He's
resistance,
not
but I thought it was
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Okay, so I
These
do
things are strong.
19 slashing damage, reduced through power much, and 2 bleed damage to myself.
Love that. Actually love it.
Cicero, it's your turn.
Your men are dying, and they're going to continue to die. Retreat! I will sprint the other way now.
What happened to his accent?
Yeah.
I thought he used to speak like
this is a new
What's that
person.
accent?
Oh shit. Oh, that's someone new.
All right. Oscar.
His name is Rogan. Cho.
Why?
Chode Rogan.
Oh.
He will.
Hmm.
As he's
Yes?
spinning his sling,
Mm-hmm.
he will say, by the strength of the 9, I stand witness.
By the
And he
nine.
By
will
nine?
sling a rock towards
By
me.
9 divine. You got it.
99!
I'm activating my judgment to
Please tell me you have a +3 magic sling. That'd be great.
my
No,
judgment.
+5, stupid.
That's
Um,
artifact weapon.
my judgment is going to give me +2 to hit.
Love it.
All right. Let's hit this boy. I'll attack the unarmored one.
Okay.
Please.
The
Okay.
unarmored Titan, my favorite.
Oh, I hit. With
That's
a
all that. Hit.
24.
Specifically one that's unarmored.
Great.
You take. Oh, that's cool. 7 damage. Oh no. More. 8 damage.
Bludgeoning.
Is it a lead stone or is it an actual stone?
It's a rock.
Amongst the carnage, you can see
I
it's
was
just like
liking it. You pulled out a sling, but
it's
then you
landed a blow
the work
through like
was
the
so
shoulder
much.
of someone and just gonna
You know what? Yeah. We'll say it's a steel bull bear.
cool, just like go straight through the
I hope it's
shoulder.
bigger than a bull bearing.
No, it's a small bull.
Please tell me it's at least 2 pounds.
No.
Oh my god.
No, sorry. I can't afford those.
Soldiers.
Wonderful. Keep your offense up.
What offense?
I don't know, whatever they're doing.
Their ankles are getting real hurt.
Monarch, it is the soldier's turn, but while the Felix does some soldier math, I want you to make a sense motive roll on the skeleton you are facing.
Me? Who? Him?
Oscar.
Okay.
Your AC for the
For the soldiers.
for the
turns.
okay, 19 and 15.
19, 15?
15, 15, 19.
Okay, that was
It's got armor.
Full set
Whoa.
point of 21.
Don't tell him the ACs.
Armor, so it's rare to do these things.
Right, you'd expect its chin to be angled lower if it was flexed by you, but it's looking like right over your head
Oh, what do people like
towards something that yelled as loud as you. Like it's
Why?
kind
Maybe
of
I'll
like
ignore you
either
for 5
looking
seconds.
at the centaur behind you, which I think it yelled behind the centaur,
Oh, the
or
centaur's
it
in
can't Oh, you're right. Sorry, not the centaur. The centaur's moved up. So it's not looking at the centaur.
So it's
not
looking
looking at you.
Probably the elf behind it.
Probably the yellow.
Okay.
5.
5? Okay. That does nothing to the big one. The other
It's a
two
solid
I'll
DR.
make this round.
Not too bad.
is 5 damage.
Don't they have a +3?
It's +2. Don't. Wait. It's +3. Right.
Yeah, so that one does 1 damage.
This is 1 damage to the on the guy.
Love it. Alright.
That guy takes 10 plus 5. So
This one takes 2 damage.
11 damage to the big one.
This one takes 2 damage.
11.
Plus 10. So that's 7 damage for this for the middle guy, which is DC.
Okay.
The next guy is. That's it. Um. 6 damage.
Okay, and this is not to the big guy, to the small guy. To the unarmored.
Big damage.
Beautiful.
Big damage.
No, that's fucking good. Soldiers, that's roll hard. That's roll hard.
6 slashing damage?
That's all slashing damage.
Oh, not big.
No, it's already.
Well-
DR's been taken.
No, it would have been 20 damage. Didn't it?
Okay, good.
These are some
They would have been shocked.
Good man,
man
good man.
can fuck up a dude, okay? Fuck up a lot of dudes.
Dudes, next time we're just gonna.
Just not a lot of giants, okay? This is a blood.
It's
Yeah.
5 times.
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably not
5
used to
times
these.
the amount.
They usually come smaller.
If Cordell had watched this encounter, he'd
be
just be
easier to
ashamed of
trust.
his whole
They only have 1 attack.
Be like,
They also
even
I
if
just take 2 attacks.
that's the sad part. But, now it's on Mark.
The 2 attacks.
I mean, not him.
It'll be slightly off, but it'll be
It's
fast.
minus 5 damage for all.
He does. He's already got box kill himself.
They're one of the middle strong.
I like the last one.
Cicero, make a reflex save.
I'm good at these. I
Come
missed.
on, come on.
26.
Big.
You feel
Sorry, 24.
like dry, almost dead black roots trying to like knot up at your feet, just enough like a mini bramble at your feet to try and trip you over, and you feel that as you're running. That's it.
I'll flip out of the way.
It's you.
You do like one more backward just in case.
Yeah.
Armored skeleton that just got hit. You see its axe is implanted in the ground through someone's arm who's just looking up at the giant monster who's now not looking up at it. Doesn't pick up its great axe. It grabs its other arm and rips it off from the wrist, like half of its wrist and half of its actual forearm and all of its wrist, and it reaches back with its arm and then hurls it over your head. Cicero.
I've done more damage to this thing than any of you will ever do.
Emotional damage.
I mean, to rip its own arm off like an idiot.
That's bad.
And then you take a
And then
million damage.
It'll still hit me.
because it's also a touch attack too.
So,
Well, he's probably got a good touch.
You see
I know.
the bone arm seems to actually like reach out, maintaining, even though it's flipping. It lands over Cicero, its hands and fingers grow much longer, and it forms a cage in the ground.
Oh, the curves on this guy.
A cage.
help.
I've just realized, do you want to be recording the battlefield?
Yeah, you already are.
Oh, perfect. I forgot about that.
Yes, yes, it's now. This is the first battle we've actually used it
Well,
for.
means they don't have to think anything. Just automatic.
If
Battle
the
over
checks-
not moving the minis.
I'm slowly
Yeah,
moving.
right.
You should probably surround them with the soldiers.
I don't know if maybe they're just taking the front.
Please don't.
They're not flanking
If
at
you're
all.
gonna commit suicide, at least do it
I like
in
how
a
there's
useful
this
way.
one guy who's just looking off in the distance.
Okay,
He's like, why am I following that?
so
guy?
you consider,
There we
you
go.
consider grapple as
Yep.
the hand just reaches onto
No,
you
I
and
think
kind of like brings you into the ground and kind of like a All Might on Deku's back, just like kind of cracks your back in the wrong type of way. I'm not actually seeing any damage, but because if I did,
Gerald.
the damage doesn't make sense for this. There is, yeah, it's just a touch attack to hit.
Is there an roll?
That's not how that works.
This grapple you have to save from, by the way, is is a plus 33.
You can do it. It's possible.
So potential damage is the way to go.
I can't do damage, but we'll see.
We'll see. That is the giant's turn. It then, as its arm has thrown, it reaches back down and just plants its hand onto the dude and squishes him with his second attack.
Nice.
Get rid of
and then the other group takes another 30 as well from our other runner with a warm splat. Beautiful dunces.
They're not flat-footed, they're just flanked.
Which is, you can use that for sneak attack.
Yeah, soldiers get skills.
Mass combat?
Failed.
Yeah, it's also get sneak attack.
Do they?
Yes.
They have sneak attack on the sheet? Yeah, they're just going to be flanking or
Power
flat-footed?
snappers out. When you use
Beautiful.
birds, they can sneak attack.
Oh, so no.
So
They cannot.
two of them, I would say 2 on each party can use bows, as long as they're not in combat range.
They can't get sneak attack, because you can't flank with a bow.
Oh,
I've moved 30 foot forward, and I would like you to
Die.
message me at your leisure what the attack damage of the big black armored giant is.
Just want to say it out loud.
okay, wait, total max damage or like...
So it will be if he attacks with his weapon he's using, what the damage would be if he hit.
So what's his damage bonus?
It's like what's the sum of the formula?
Average die.
So
Damage.
yeah, on a non-crit.
You're asking for a lot from this guy.
It's a little sus amount, but I guess you can't do that because your feed is OP as shit.
Yeah.
Average?
Felix, can I have a 20?
Yeah, average will work.
I'll just roll. I mean, it's pretty easy, but...
Yeah.
David, remember you have a +1 to hit everyone because you're
Thanks.
you're attacking from higher ground.
That's nice. Yeah, they are big.
Thank you.
Just that one. But yeah.
Also, if he takes a step, he gets opportunity attack.
I'll tell you, to their damage mod, it's +12.
Same for you.
Just bad, thank you. Yeah, everyone's fine.
like these guys have like easier weapons, but the big broken masterwork greatsword is kind of a bit stronger. It does flatten that last guy that's up there with him. That guy is definitely.
How big is the sword compared to like one of us?
It covers all of Moki. Like even though it's broken, if you put it sideways, it would be the length and
Yeah,
maybe not the whole
sell
height
this.
of his body, but it would be the whole length.
We could sell this for so much.
We could sell this, yes.
It's like giant steel, something crazy like
Oh,
that.
how no thing smelled it down.
It's because none of us have.
Unfortunately, that man is
Wait,
gone
wait,
and is
wait,
dead.
things here.
Yeah,
Why would we smell it?
he's gone.
How do we
He sailed
smell it?
away.
I've looked up
Sailing
Jonathan's
away.
ally, and that's all to get here faster.
Jonathan's ally can get here faster?
Yes, his ally can get faster.
Yeah,
Jonathan's
they're
allies
dead.
aren't with
They're in
him.
the city.
Remember, they got separated.
Yeah, they went to it, didn't they?
Yes, but they were separated much further than you.
They're
getting
coming.
to the
They're
exit
coming
of the
back
city.
to it.
Alright.
They're coming.
Yeah, they
Or
were.
hopefully they have died in the streets for being disgusting abominations.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
later.
I mean, you're dead, and I will definitely
I
slaughter
do
12
have
guys on the way over here,
certain.
but
If they're being stealthy coming back through the city, I'd say that that's still kind of your prerogative, but they've been told to move back to you from something else.
That's your prerogative, dude.
If they're not being stealthy, that's
I
okay.
do love to tell people that they're corrupt.
But then it's undeads running through the city. When they're being stealthy, then they'll definitely be fine. Yeah.
The prerogative.
Jonathan's 2 rounds in. Soldiers have dealt a substantial amount of damage.
Sonya's voice.
This is now Moki.
Hey, mate.
Darky's turn?
Captain, I can't feel my legs, Captain.
I'm not your captain.
Commander.
Neither am I that.
You're going into the real character in the group.
Okay. I guess Darky can attack again.
The captain's this
Can't
guy
just do
who
that.
hasn't done anything yet.
Oh, right. He's just paralyzed.
Yeah, he's really afraid.
Wait, cheat sheet. Will you tell me if I can grapple someone?
Grapple is.
Yes.
That's our grapple sucks. And
It's gonna suck against these things.
yeah,
Yes.
grapple
No,
sucks.
no, you can give it a try.
Why would you try to grapple this thing? Just hit it to the thing.
It's,
Yeah,
you
keep
do
going.
get a minus something because he's big.
He definitely has like a plus 33.
I full action
And you're not a
attack.
grappling character.
Give it a go.
Thanks, dude.
I attack it.
Don't worry, I know.
It's okay, he has
He's
it learned
grappling.
already.
Yeah.
It would just sound
Smash.
In case you're still thinking of attacking, it's grappling.
Nice.
Just
Huge.
don't.
Big
If you
damage.
did, it wouldn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Big damage. 28.
28.
Big damage.
This is slashing. 20 slashing.
Whoa.
Wait, these 2 separate attacks? 28, 20.
No, this is one attack so far. I'm gonna do another attack. I also deal myself 5 of bleeding damage.
Okay. You didn't.
Bleed bludgeoning. Yes, I just swing my head down and
Head time.
headbutt.
It's head time.
Headbutting is bludgeoning.
What head time? Head time.
It's a natural attack, which I do secondary, which is bonus +6, and +4 for 6 damage, but whatever. Yeah, I think I missed 15.
15 just hits.
Never mind.
I think you're gonna have to consult Caden.
Oh, it's +6.
Oh,
Yeah. That is 11.
probably could be easier.
Right.
He's a monster.
Okay, that's my turn.
There are lucky monsters in the party.
Wait, do a swift action or full action? Rapid.
You do have a swift action. You also have a 5-foot step.
A Swiss action.
Swift.
I know.
I need a 9d6.
Swiss cheese action.
To be honest, it's probably going to be easier to just get
I
home
will
and
Swift, stare
not
the
get
giant
confused
fucking
with this.
undead in the eye, and growl. Try and demoralize it.
Nice.
Okay.
I will do an intimidation check.
Wisdom
I think
plus.
he has like 20.
plus
Hit die.
Hit die.
Plus 10.
You're gonna
Does he have more
I
than
failed. Yeah, 19.
32.
You don't add. Is that just a base? You don't
It
roll
doesn't.
anything.
It doesn't have any
Does he have
wisdom.
enough to
Just
substitute these?
22 hit dice.
Okay. We'll keep these separated then.
Yeah, I roll a 2. I failed. I can succeed that if I didn't roll a 2.
Suck a dick. That's what I'm saying.
I
Suck a dick, do this.
cannot
You want me to
succeed that.
calculate these all together?
That's funny.
Oh wait, 32? Actually, yes, I can.
Damn it!
I can succeed that. I just need a.
You realize demoralize them do anything because it's a mind-altering effect.
Oh, that's true.
And they're a skeleton.
Whatever.
But he growls.
You
gets really
and
Monkeys and
you
weave.
watch in the span of 12 seconds, because I forgot to do Fire Fist last round, he looks up at the skeleton that you're facing, Moki, and roars like you did, except fire emerges from his mouth in a massive upwards current. This human just goes like, fuck my sword, and just breathes a massive, does nothing. So I didn't bother explaining that.
Pathetic.
And then you watch him,
That fire barely tickles.
the fire burns from the face, and then he just seems to just slowly, just with fire coming out of his feet, lift up into the air.
Sorry, is he doing an Eye Man?
Yeah!
This giant skeleton is doing an Eye Man.
Not the giant skeleton.
Oh.
The giant skeleton.
No, he's doing a Fire Lord Izo or whatever his name is.
You are,
Is it?
or is I?
No,
Fire
you're probably
Lord
right.
Izo. He's just firebending now.
This is not as well.
And let me guess.
Oh, I know he's
Jake, did you use Bless?
That's all
I
but
did.
3.
He does have +1.
Wait, no, no.
Do you have
Yeah,
a plus
all but
one?
about.
I also have a +1. But it's a morale bonus.
You say once.
So if they have another morale bonus, they don't stack.
Fine. Because it's also.
We keep the centaur alive for now, right? He's like flying up. Monkey, you suddenly feel
These are 5.
fire reach
Four
down and
Oh.
envelop you.
Okay. So.
And for now, you have Sanctuary cast on yourself.
Whoa. Okay.
Because it's just been your round, you've got a whole round of anyone who attacks DC 17 will save, or they have to hit something for each.
That's fine.
You know, it's
Like
like
I've been to this
cool.
No, but if they do decide to
Oh wait, so just no.
The flames
Which,
just go back
hopefully they should, because
Yeah.
you're hitting the shit out of it, so.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Cool.
But
Just straight rolling this entire. Wait, no, it's not +5. It's
Really
+4.
not.
Alright, top of the round, skeletons burn for more HP. That would be.
You got this. You got this. Basic
Now
math.
he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it on
Oh.
Moki, because Moki's right there. That is on the will save. That won't do it. Will check. Skeleton giants.
Oh.
Oh, this guy. Oh, never mind. +10 was will save.
So it's then plus.
Never mind.
Do an
Same
attack
guy?
roll. Do they
Yeah.
hit
Then
me?
it's. No, it's 2 times.
Yep.
2 times.
Cool.
So it's
Yep.
+8.
38.
Wait, hang on. That's. Isn't that.
Oh.
hit?
Do it.
No, that's actually. It's like.
+8. Cool.
By any chance, is his weapon silver?
You watch as it picks up what looks just kind of like a rusted old metal great axe that is kind of also made of like a tree, a large tree branch.
So this is another 4.
And instead of swinging down, it keeps its arm held up, and you're like held in suspense, thinking it's going to attack. You don't notice from its eyes, there's like these 2 pinpricks of white light that just shoot down towards you.
Ooh.
I don't believe you have to roll for the second attack. Because it's just like, you're not affected by the spell.
This magic,
Yes, this is.
you have to roll against my spell
Spell
resistance.
Oh, that also means...
Got 19.
Ah, yeah, you succeed.
You also need to roll for the Sanctuary.
I already did.
No.
That was the first thing I got, and that's it. Actually has a +10 will save. So
No, I mean against his bonus.
yeah, I did both just then.
Plus
cool.
8 for
Good man, good man.
times.
And that's good damage.
Let's get another one up to the total.
18.
That roll is stupid anyway.
20 points of cold
Why don't you
damage.
do something?
Cold damage.
I am. I can roll one of his
As
arms.
streaks of frost
No
try to
save
like
against
freeze
frost.
and
It's
attack.
also not my turn. So attack.
It is now. Okay.
I'm at 52
That's
HP. So it'll take me 3 rounds to regenerate that.
And you see someone beside you, and just freezes him solid. 2.
Whoa.
Was that one of
Two,
Felix?
because
No, that would be one of mine.
and then
Felix was the right.
Now
the,
we're just
the guy on this side.
Are you mad if I ate one of your soldiers' corpse?
They're not my soldiers.
how did you
Yeah.
do so little?
You
But
mad?
yes, I would be. That's disgusting.
Why?
Okay.
Don't do that.
All right, Cicero.
If I try to move it between its fingers, it like moves still.
This already has
Does
the
it like me?
LSD alpha.
Yeah. You
Okay.
feel
But it's still.
you feel more like it's just like been
Oh.
thrown so hard that
Fair
it's
enough.
like squished you. You know, like.
I mean, I spent a solid 5 seconds carrying, like, oh, it's not.
No, these are like bars that have like squished your body to the dirt,
Mhm.
so that getting out is more like
So little
actually
damage.
ripping the bones that have somehow embedded themselves in the dirt.
I can't do that. Like, they weigh several hundred kilos. Is it fully fleshless?
Yep, full bone wrist and arm just hanging in the air, pressing Cicero deep into the dirt.
You got the.
I'll try to slip out with an escape artist check.
Oh, I love that. I believe that's a CMB check on my end.
Probably, it doesn't matter, roll the 2.
It's a.
It's got like plus 33. I just
Yeah,
wanted to see if
okay.
you'd be
So I
funny
will tell you
and
for the future, it has 15 hit points, so you can break out of it.
Yeah, I'll probably maybe
How
attach
many
to that somewhere.
15 for a wrist.
That's it, my turn. I can't slip out. I need Vaseline
Yeah,
help.
but these guys are so OP.
So, David, you want
That's that fly.
that guy takes 12 damage on top.
3 flags.
Why is it different?
This guy takes 76 damage in the middle.
This guy here?
Yeah, 76.
You got 3 flanks.
And this guy is not being flanked as much. Or
That guy's only being flanked by one person because. Yeah.
okay, so that's 57.
Nice.
Just to the middle guy.
There's the line left. Middle guy's 76.
Good.
Got big deep.
Okay, so left guy goes.
Oh god. The one that Loki hit 75
The
times.
soldiers are. I mean, it
They
doesn't.
did 150 damage total.
Yeah, he probably did close to that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look.
He's one person.
Doesn't look like much.
They also did not do this much damage, but we're just going to say they
The
did.
moment the soldiers land their first
They did.
blows and continue to land the
No,
blows.
99% of those sneak attacks were not real.
They got all the sneak attacks.
Let's
No, they
continue.
would have got like 2 out of this because they didn't set them up in round 1. If you were
Have you been
counting 3
rolling
rounds of
today?
sneak attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you rolled, they rolled all the
I
attacks
did
this
all
time.
the hits. I was rolling it when you were talking.
It's not 3 rounds of sneak attack you're adding up.
No, that was the one.
Cool.
This was just
double
one
check. Yeah, that's strong.
Slayers are strong.
Yeah, Slayers
Are we on level? So we're on round
around
3?
class.
We are at the top of round 3. It is Uskar's turn.
Go.
Right, it's his turn. As soon as these weapons are touching bone surfaces, there are detonations of fire. You're seeing hundreds of miniature explosions as weapons are colliding dozens of times in seconds. Oscar, what are you doing?
Oscar will sort of.
You can see behind you now there is that arm pressed into the soil. You
Yeah.
can't really see what it's holding, but it's obviously landed on something.
He will look over at that arm, charge forward. A bolt of white lightning appears at his fist, and he will go for a Superman punch to the wrist.
Oh, you!
And I'm
Very
activating Bane for that.
You're Bane.
Of course, he has Bane.
So that's
I was born in the skeleton head.
so that's a 31 to hit.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's alright.
Just maybe. And is this on the Cicero hand?
Also, as I'm running, I will swift action Dragon Style.
Dragon style.
Pretty good. Oh my god. I need my calculator for this one.
Where is my calculator?
Okay, that's 31 damage. 31 bludgeoning damage as I plant my fist and make a massive indent, and then sparks of white lightning.
Okay.
Hopefully it is right.
Giant's hand.
The hand that's trapping him.
You see searing white light crack open from above you, like there is a new dawn light that is trying to force itself into your miniature hand shelter. Shatters it, explodes it, and you get kind of like sunburnt in like 3 seconds. Just like one side of your face is just like bright pink.
Still taking 0 damage though.
Taking 0 damage.
Oscar will look down at you and say, if you're planning on leaving, maybe do it quietly. And that'll be the end of my time.
Wheezing of Cicero, just like still, your arm is still like you feel like it could have been broken, but it's just twisted wrong, and it's just you've just been forced on your ass, like a soldier forced you down. You get back up.
Get back up again. Nothing
Well, your
gonna
turn.
let me down.
Yeah, just over. After struggling, the soldiers.
I'll offer my hand.
Oh, you just looking for me. Monarch goes and he will activate Flame Blade, so his staff becomes a massive, larger, much larger blade.
Wow.
We get to the armored skeletons, followed by Ray. So Ray, what do you want to do as you see these things
Go on,
continue? One, actually, only one on this guy's turn swings up towards Heron, and then swings down towards Oscar.
The big guy.
So
He's all the way over here?
The skeleton?
This big guy here.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, you've gone over there. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm saving my...
So now he'll go down on Moki.
It's up here.
He's gonna go down on Moki.
I'm saving a friend.
Oh.
I'm being nice.
The ball swings through the sky.
I got a sling.
Nice one.
Heron. And obviously it's Moki.
Yeah, weapon.
Right. Ray, do what you want to do. You see Moki just take another wallop of a beating, and the thing in the sky also get hit, but seems to still you see everything below it because it's illuminating by its feet bursting with fire. You can see with some good detail everything on the ground because of the torch above you.
Okay. I'm going to activate my haste and dash in an instant up here. Probably like try and jump off his leg and come
Sure.
over.
The more movement you do
Slash.
around his surface, he gets an opportunity attack.
This is more like flavor. I'm going to be on his
Even
square.
if you move around his
If you move
square.
around his
Unless
square.
you go through his square, which
Is
is
he
an
so
action.
big?
I'm going to be like in
I think you actually just get it anyway if you're going to 5 feet of him.
That is true.
Because if you go from 15 feet to 10 feet, that's an attack of opportunity.
Yes,
10
because he's
feet
gonna
to
reach on
5 feet, that's an attack of
So
opportunity.
he's got a 10-foot reach
Well,
on
I'm
the weapon.
currently invisible until I attack.
Very true.
Which is true. Unless you get a blindside or something, you get a 50% chance to miss.
Does he have blindside?
These guys have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Nice.
There you go.
Visibility.
So you roll a d10, d20, or d100 or whatever, and if you roll half, then it just automatic misses.
That's Aiden, you pick up or lower. Above 10 or below 10.
That you rolled?
If you choose which is the hit. Above 10 or below 10. So 5 or 6.
Sure, below.
Below is the hit, so I roll an 8, so it doesn't matter.
Whoa.
Nice.
So something moves, and this thing obviously still reacts to
Let's just use
the
a-
faintest amount of energy in your body.
Yeah, that
Heads or
works.
tails?
Doesn't matter, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to make my attack. Charm. And in the instant I make my attack, I become visible to everyone around.
Great.
The only way I would miss is on a nat one. So I hit.
Don't you have advantage?
Not.
Don't you have advantage?
I do. But
That's
I rolled a 19. So I.
Oh, you're at 19, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I get to
It's
critical.
classes up, I don't know if you realized yet.
Oh no, I was like, you can choose.
That's my sword that does that.
Yeah, your sword's OP, yeah, you should have realized that already.
Yeah. Oh!
There you
I crit confirmed!
I did tell you to one-shot him. You probably won't, but...
I mean, maybe.
You might. I don't think this one's taking any damage yet, though, so...
So he's taken substantially less than the guy in the middle, who is looking also very rough.
Nice.
Ray, how would you like to kill the
Leaping from the ground, from his knee to his shoulder, I slash down, cutting not only his head off, but his arms just falling to the ground.
You nugget this dude.
A nugget.
Nuggeted.
You go, Omae wa mo.
Shinderu.
He doesn't even have time
So
for
you go
that.
shing, 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 and then you land on the floor and you put your sword away and he falls into a nugget.
Yeah, exactly that.
God, what a fucking idiot.
Beautiful. He actually still got his last round of attacks off, so there's maybe at this point 7 soldiers missing out of the 15. So substantial, but
Unfortunate.
Moki, it is now your turn, along with the soldiers that fillet this thing. So
Oh yeah, kill count.
you already did a kill,
Oh, this
and
big
this will
fuck.
be it. You're in what?
Am I within 5 feet of this guy?
No.
Damn it! I
You're
can't
like,
use
oh, actually,
Have a focus step.
you've got the 5 foot step, but then you'd be moving into its attack range. regardless.
Oh,
No,
no,
that's
that
doesn't do it.
Okay.
They don't do it, yeah.
Yeah.
5 foot step.
So if someone's
Full round
you
action
can focus
attack.
step now.
That's why they thought the successive 5 foot step
Yeah.
to get you into flank. Cool.
Okay, I'll do a
This makes
full round
sense.
action attack.
And turn your back on the enemy.
Nice. 7 attacks. Hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Just roll all of your attacks.
Sure, I'll roll all my attacks first. I have
This is
3 more
15
attacks.
15 to hit.
It's not too cool.
Just roll at the same time.
Okay, hit.
Hits.
Yep, 16 hits.
16 hits.
Hits.
Okay, all my attacks hit. 14 of which is bludgeoning, and the other is slashing or piercing. Either way.
Okay, so
just the
so
14.
2 attacks budget or 1 attack?
2 attacks of bludgeoning. The 5 and
So
the
So
reduce
25
Reduced
instead.
by 10. That's it. Yeah. That's my turn.
Huge.
So it's all turn.
How much damage?
That is crazy.
35 or what?
Moki, it is the soldier's turn, so Felix, you are welcome
25
to
or
you're welcome to describe how the mauling of this monster ends in its defeat. It has 4 HP left.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's flashlight on the left.
Just don't buy. Just don't bother. He already told you not to.
It's there.
Do they all
What if-
spit charge or something?
What if all 20 rolls was fails?
Maybe you'll overcome his
Make a
immunity to fire.
pentagram circle as they begin slashing at its legs.
Formation pentagram!
As they
Son of
claw
the devil!
on the legs.
Each time they hit, explosions of fire detonate from its lower half.
Do nothing. But it
It
looks
does
cool.
nothing, but it looks cool, yes. It's Michael
As
Bay.
the scratch marks on the legs of the skeleton starts to wither, as it finally pulls and loses control of its legs, as the lost soldier finally plummets the flaming sword into its head, as from its eyes and mouth engulfs a vomit of flame.
And it splits the head open with that amount of combustion on the inside of its skull. The head cracks, splits, and the form does not fade away like none of them do. They remain shattered and broken bone and armor and weapons on the ground. Weapon of Heron is a kind of an unarmored knight. The one who looks like maybe one of the commanders aims his weapon, levels it at your chest,
I level my weapon.
and there's a moment of a standoff. Oscar, you notice this turning back to the main group as the bodies around them crumble. You can see just these two stand blade to blade, chest to chest.
I'll say to you when I get up. Sorry, Mr. Elven Warfare, where Pyrrhic victories are still tragedies. The Centaur is about to start killing all of you. Moki!
All the wounds in my body just steaming and closing up.
Moki, stand down! There's too many of them.
Aaron,
No, there isn't. Yes, there is.
we are giving them a chance. They fought along our half.
At this point, I am rather tired. How much more fighting do we need to do this close to the walls?
We don't need to fight. You don't have his children.
Where are my children?
We have your children?
Oh my god, you're so dumb.
No, we don't have their children. Why would we
Well,
have children?
Oscar, please convince him.
Hello?
Hello.
I don't know your kind, but
He's a Centaur.
you helped us, so we're not going to kill you.
I'm
You
gonna
do not
start
have your
walking over
children.
to
I
Moki.
don't know anything about your children.
Moki. Walking up to them,
Yeah.
whispering in your ear.
Let's hold this back.
They're looking for the group who have your children. They don't have your children. If you remember from the start.
Monarch,
We're looking for a group of recluses, thieves. They've been attacking along the roads. Is that you lot?
Not that group.
Then we have nothing to fight about. Lower your weapons, please.
The fire soldier lowers his weapon slightly and then kind of lets it drift and does a kind of circle around Moki's chest and says, I think the temple might still want to...
No, we're not talking to any temple.
Is this
Piss
group
off.
that
No
you're
religion.
called the
Absolutely not. We will not talk to any temple.
What's wrong with faith? Don't you have any hope in this dark, desolate land?
Put that
Not
weapon
in,
down.
not in your temple.
Heron, please.
My fire will shine away from your chest if
Monarch.
needed. We were...
Go look for Sophia.
You see, Sophia has... She's bold.
Yeah, I'm running after wherever she went.
You see the elf kind of disappear in the forest.
Sophia, you went the wrong way!
The tiefling does not leave eye contact from the elf, and you know there's some bad traction in
That's
that
stealth.
he was hunted.
He can still see me.
He was trained to hunt them.
Monarch, does the blue vermin ring a true to you?
13.
That does not make any sense that they would be down this far.
But you know who they are.
Oh, wait, actually.
Their migrating habits are known to us.
They're no friend of ours.
They would not be near here. They are children takers, but they reside in the northern mountains and maybe the northern, maybe Freyfrost.
My children were taken by them and given to your chancellor. Promised me their return.
Chancellor, you see Heron just lowers his weapon completely. Who promised you? Chancellor who?
Von Bin Trueblood, Chancellor of the Pier. Role of the Archmage of Cultivation.
Monarch, Heron and Oscar kind of look at each other. There's a kind of a note. Monarch, you remember at least from Monarch, the Pier's political group had been kind of swaying 10 years ago, and there was some ostracizing of a foreign infiltrating group of people who, not Von Bien, he was the newest head elected. I'm going to look it up. Oh, I printed it, but I didn't. What Oscar knows.
Are we able to talk in more comfortable areas? Some of our men are injured. They need to be taken care of.
It is about time we enter back inside. The regiments begin in the morning. We have maybe 4.5 hours to sleep. Everyone around him groans.
Momentary shelter, if that's what you're looking for.
No need.
Further
If you're serious about getting this information from the Chancellor, that means that the churches and the political system closest to the pier aren't communicating with themselves properly, and that is somewhat worrisome. Since the last time that happened was 10 years ago.
Before we go, can I ask what the Blue Vermin are? I know they're a group of some kind, but are they of a specific race or something?
The Blue Vermin. You know exactly what they are.
Oh.
And you've talked about it already in the campaign. So you can remember, they are a group of northern dungeon and cavern dwelling. We call them vermin, but they very much function like smaller halflings, and their queens, which they protect like ant colonies, are sacred to them. And
Wait, are they fucking blue goblins?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I didn't think you'd do that one.
It's the worst existence you've ever made. That's great.
yeah, we
And
thought-
that fucking child stealer.
Yes.
if we take them in and get them back with the officials, you've come from the city. What is your reason for leaving?
I was told to leave.
Does this pertain to your information?
Specifically him.
No.
Monarch and Heron look at each other, and Heron's, I can't, with good conscience, let him enter the city unless he can be Heron just takes a second. If
But
these
we let
are
the
your
city forget its
children,
kids. Why we left?
then I will hear you out at the gate. And if you can convince us to let you in,
I don't need to go in. I just need my children.
So true. Profound.
we went 12 days up towards Caligo in hunt of these children smugglers. And only on our way back, just now, were we ambushed.
Look,
We are searching for them more than you are,
if
because we have clues that you don't.
helps, we have a message from why we are here, or where they go.
Which provide, please.
Don't keep passing. Please.
Can't read it.
Okay, let me read it for you. I don't have it on me, so I'm going to summarize it.
This is what it says, I swear.
What if the council made him trouble?
What is it written
He
on?
is the leader of the operation.
Language of the Fae, of the wildlings. We have. So there's political people, Von Bean, who is aware of the smugglers, and we are not aware that he knows what the temple knows about the smugglers. That's a lead inside the city. But for Monarch moves towards Oscar and says, "You remember the last time that there was the... Remember the last time the tunnels were tested?
Yes, we went there ourselves.
We found," and he kind of looks back at all of you, "we found a series of off-branching tunnels that would lead further into a place that were not connected to the central room. There's many places under this city that can be used to take people in and out in remote corners of pockets underground. The size of what we believe is an underground labyrinth, we have no true scope of. And half of this militia is tasked with maintaining its protection and the secrecy of further tunnels being...
Last time
Uh,
do you think it's back? The creature we tried to fell? If we're looking for a child smuggler,
last time, Oscar says this was the Genesis girl, right?
yes.
The Blue Office was where you had your paperwork filed, was it not?
One of them, yes.
Those facilities were created fundamentally against the King's law. The Blue Office was an infiltrating group from a continent known as OMENS, and our finding was that 30 years into their practice, they had grown quite large, and we had to exterminate them, and they tried to run through the lower labyrinth of the Undercity. We know we have burned out the sickness, because there are no Blue Officers we do not have clear records of. Maybe one of our knight's jobs will be to look at someone in particular. He looks more of the bookish type. It's hard to tell under armor.
That guy's got glasses on.
and has glasses.
You see, he's take off his helm, and there's like one shattered monocle. It's just like it's completely broken at this point.
Then he says, because he got brain damage. I don't know why.
No, he goes.
I like
Hey guys!
But if the
I can
policing,
read.
Did you complete all your paperwork?
All of us have papers bar.
they wanted him to leave.
There was a slight altercation.
They said they would send guards after him.
Only if he wasn't out in 48 hours.
Gods.
Normally they would be escorted or carried to the gate, but I see on horseback. The thing that is the point of being escorted is to protect the citizens from inside threats, and the fact they didn't put any protection on you leaving says something about their certainty on your willingness to exit. Good chance the blue office you entered was very aware of the threat you were given about your children. Can't be sure, and we will try to investigate inside the city. I won't. Maybe Oscar and Monarch will. Actually, Monarch can't be back in the city, can you?
Fine, I'll do it.
No, I cannot.
So are you lot planning on entering back in?
No. My collected Sophia.
Now you see Cicero. You see Cicero is returning because Sophia only hid behind like 2 trees.
The gate. Run to the gate.
He said that way, and I just went. Okay. And Jonathan runs, and you can see massive bone arms that are just like laying still. I mean, they could fit a person inside their grip, inside of their palm.
Hey, Jonathan, I found a bunch of religious fanatics for you to convert.
Nope, they just appear to be...
Another one of yours?
No. No.
Inside check.
Inside check.
Inside the inside check!
Well, Sen's might have. 21.
Like a nat 1 on persuasion because it's true.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes.
Not one is lying.
There are hints of things kind of
I want to avoid this man with every fiber of my being.
Okay.
He does know of him. I think
This is
that's
a
pretty
harmless
much the only.
reprobate.
Yeah, that's.
To diplomacy?
But to... Yeah?
Like, plus 14.
Oh, so you got like...
Plus 11.
Oh, so you got like...
Garbage.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Well done. It was a collaboration.
Sure.
Oh, that's too many letters.
Sorry. It's catching me. I am Jonathan Necrodamus, a black cleric at your service.
Oh, Jonathan, maybe don't. They're religious fanatics. They're going to kill you.
That's alright. I am very
Oh, he's more
familiar.
They are part of the guard. Fucking it up.
And that is Monarch.
Good to meet you.
Are you with these lot?
Yes, currently they're under my goddess's protection.
How do you spell Oscar?
OSCAR.
Oh wow, you really just went for the default, didn't you?
Yeah.
You guys are the 9 swords, yes?
No.
Wait, didn't they say 9? No, that was some roll.
I am more or less the head of the military inside of the temple for the city. I am
Which one?
the temple of the Church of the Righteous Flame. Holds private militia.
Was this a place that only had one?
No, I think all the temples are like under her, but they're still different gods.
Right.
Yes.
I'm still learning all this.
So what's the name of the militia? This one. Sorry, Jonathan.
Since I am here, I will hear
Sorry, I did not. That was not an invitation to continue speaking, but I apologize. Continue.
These are the
Tradition. That's
Revengers.
Revengers.
I love that anime. I haven't watched it.
That's an anime?
Take care, Revengers.
In Darkness, you know, he
Wait,
kind of
is it?
seems back.
Yeah, is it night?
Yeah, it's about 5 or 6 past 12 in the morning. Crouches down, and you see his body changes shape into some sort of a short, stout goat. Begins to walk back along the path that these soldiers just came from.
He can turn into another creature?
Probably several.
All of you
Peculiar.
can join Oscar back into the city as explorers, or you can do your best on the road north.
Does that offer go to Mookie as well?
I can vouch for him. As long as we do not attack anyone or make a scene.
a bad track record with that, but
He does have a bad record.
Soldiers, make your way back towards the
Oh,
gate.
no,
I will
walks
stay in
nearby
with
to attack us
this
all
group
the
and make
time.
sure that they make their way. And you say,
Can you make
sure he doesn't make a
Let
scene?
me head
Which
to our
one?
soldiers recon.
Monkey.
If
No,
anyone's
he's
interested,
never
come
listened to me
around.
once.
I mean, that's kind of my job. I was going to do that too, but you can do it, sure.
Oh, you can. It's okay.
No, he's here to ask you to join a quest.
Right, there is a.
Your turn.
Yes. I have been given a divine quest.
Bar?
As he called as idol. There's a white pulse of light energy flows from him. Everyone around him heals like 60 HP.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
That's huge.
whoa. You hear a few people just stressful exhales.
The troops are happy.
My ribs are not broken.
And as you're noticing, this is probably the first person you've met. Maybe the one who transformed into an animal also had it. From the scroll that took your master into you, which, by the way, you have one soul for that. You realize that this is maybe the only other creature you've met present in front of you. Maybe these two, maybe the one cloaked and the one with the fire sword. They both carry a divine essence about them. When you know you can strip away. The soldiers begin to more cheerfully walk back and kind of give each other pats on the shoulders, and you can see they're all
You're not going to bury your friends?
they're all carrying bodies back with them.
Bodies.
You were given a divine by...
Yes. I have been given a divine revelation
By?
from my carnival.
Which is?
Of what?
Just rip the band-aid off. It'll be better.
The void tears in the material plane
No, he's not going to
has
bother.
opened
Alright.
up into the world.
You see Heron grimaces.
Which god?
They don't care about the threat, just be gone.
Very true. They're religious.
Farina. Yeah, fuck, that's fine.
That's right.
That's right.
Farina.
You heard the giant around you that you slaved from from your leader. I called it Persephone. But that was a different, maybe a different thing.
Or, in current day's terms, Persephone.
Neither of those sound familiar, and now I'm starting to get worried.
There are void tears?
Something has opened up. The days of the norm are over, and I have been called by my goddess to solve an issue. But I need help. I need to head to the Fountain of Fate. Yeah.
Am I able to do a religion check? Or anything check on the
Geography?
Fountain of Fate?
Yeah, you can do a religion check.
What's in my sister's house?
Can I do an inside check on the captain, see how
16.
he's feeling about all this?
Okay, give me a case, Martin.
To find the well of revelations.
No problem.
Never heard of it.
You have
Oh, based. Have heard of
inside the temple of Inspirus on Isora.
it. Nice. Okay.
Let's go to Isora, yay.
Let's travel.
Let's go on a ship for 6 months, yay.
But the way he talks about it sounds urgent, and not like he's planning to travel a year. He sounds like he's on a divine mission. That being said, who knows?
Do you know where the Fountain of Fate is? Fate?
Yes, I do know where the Fountain of Fate is. Although it has been a long time. I need help, for the road is treacherous and dangerous.
Don't you mean the sea?
Of course. But I don't think that whoever is opening the void tears, whatever's behind, whatever's going on in the mountains, is safe travels.
When are you planning on getting to this fountain?
After I finish paying my debt to me.
So it's not something urgent.
It is very urgent, but I must always repay my debts.
You are aware of how far away it is, aren't you?
Jonathan, your teacher said it was below the city before you sucked his innocence out. I was going to say off, but I actually thought that would spark that instead of out. So
Well, just the word suck.
suck.
Apart to the location, it lies below the city.
The city.
Oh,
Oh, I'm very worried.
23, how's he looking?
likely the tunnels.
Or should be. For if this goes on longer, the world between life and death will forever change.
Okay. Heron looks like he's potentially looking at a cultist. You know, he's giving the visual display of displeasure at hearing the name of his. He's preaching, a false god, basically. But he's hearing him out.
David.
There's some level of patience behind his kind of really slowly rising, pissed off demeanor.
How is Persephone spelled?
P-E-H. Sorry, P-H, not P-E-H.
Persephone.
Let me get that. Persephone is basically how it's spelled.
Okay.
Persona.
Persona!
Aaron, do not worry, his god is legitimate.
Source. Trust me, bro.
It is?
Is it one of those older names?
Yes.
Is she the same as Nanut? Or Rest?
No, they're different.
No?
Persephone is older.
And this might be her well. He looks like curious at you.
Or just an omen.
This was from the collective of many religions years ago. My church is long dead, but we still remain. But that is not important for a great tragedy has come to this world. This must be stopped.
And how do you plan on stopping them?
For one, the well of revelations will hold the secret. That is what I've been told. But as you know, fate and divination is never concrete, intelligent. I will know when we arrive.
Well, is that as annoying as I sound?
Sound, if I'd say younger, I feel rude. You look like you look far older than you appear. I mean, you have no idea how he could gauge that, but he's looking at you like that.
Well, thank you. I try to look young. Haven't a day older, probably 300 or so.
I see. So something old did enter the city.
If it's beneath the city, it's likely through the tunnels.
We have some entrances. If we move there now, I don't know what that will do with just the 7 of us.
We've not made our way to the inner circle before. It's likely past them.
Or it's a divinely laid trap.
Could be.
Oh! What is your name again?
I am Jonathan Necrodamus.
It's a horrible last name.
It is the name of my temple I was born in.
Okay, not Joseph. Good. You're an omen here. We have no idea how any divine being can communicate with mortals here. We have 2 exemptions in this city. Me and him. Apart from that, most of the Western lands are unable to be communicated with by divine beings. We know that from you see, he's like, what's the word for it? And you see the guard sort of do a few trots and appear just back into its greenish tiefling form. It's a quasi-deity. That's where we heard it from.
You two.
Right.
I will admit I cannot talk to the divine. However, my master, who is a real cleric, is able to. For I am merely a black cleric.
Like,
You may not know what that means.
you have a beautiful white hat.
Maybe you could
Why do you dress
explain
so
it then or
differently?
something. I don't know.
How should I say? The church that I have, we have many different orders. And I am on the order of the black. I specialize in controlling undead and stopping rampages from happening. I make sure the undead stay dead.
Are you able to raise
When
them?
you're raised.
Of course. But they are not tormented souls. They are purified souls.
Are you able to stop these things from returning?
Of course.
You guys see, as Cicero is kind of like got a good view on the gate, kind of all of that light in the gate, there's 4 or 5 individuals that are being heavily interrogated by the guards that are all very like heavily cloaked, and you kind of recognize the garb of the ones that you exit the ship with, the homeless disguises,
Good. Hopefully they'll die.
are about to be interrogated.
So you're looking for children, and you're looking for a false prophecy of, or potentially real prophecy of a god.
We are looking for children. He's looking for the prophecy.
You
But he
know,
owes him a life debt that will never ever be fulfilled.
But I was going
you
to say,
appeared together. That usually means you are together in some capacity.
Yes, he's following him.
perhaps,
He's following him. She's following me.
perhaps there is a secret.
This is awfully confusing for a group to not just call themselves that.
Perhaps. I don't know much
Maybe
about
by
it,
the
so
classic
maybe.
terms, that's why they're not a group.
Do you... There is a chance your paths align. If it is the Blue Vermin, and for whatever reason they are here, they could have passed through the tunnels.
Pass through those sewers, probably. In and out. Psychic abilities extend beyond simple reach. They can manipulate things with their mind. It changes. We don't know the full extent of their power, but we do know that they only require small magnet-sized monsters to birth these goblins.
Jesus.
And if they're,
Sift from anywhere.
if they're here, they've likely planted a few seeds.
It's, I would imagine, though I could be wrong, that a sign of larger rats still being rampant in the city could mean that these creatures aren't here or aren't in the under proximity of the city. Because of course the underground life would have to be carnaged, eaten, devoured by them. Well, I assume they eat
Do
normal
the
meat.
sewers not run under the whole city?
They run under maybe 2/3, I suppose.
Okay, there's plenty of room for 50 different factions to exist under the city then. There's no way that an entire undercity would have been able to be taken over without anyone noticing.
You mean not under the forest, but everywhere else?
There's a lot of cities.
There's a lot of cities.
It's a big city.
Yeah, but are there
22
sewers
hours
underneath
to
the
get from
forest
Forest.
inside the city?
Looks nice.
That's a waterfall area, so maybe not.
It looks nice.
Like, the forested area has a stream, so maybe.
But divinity, if everything has its own fate.
Do you have any
Guys,
connection
that's
to this? To
If
Mhm.
I am here,
To the
that
what?
means fate
To
has
your
brought us
children.
together.
The blue vermin.
Meaning we are all
oh,
needed.
do you have a connection to your children?
They are my children.
Sure.
Any physical items?
No.
Is there a god of fate?
No.
Of fate?
Everyone. All,
If you did have a
I mean, aside from the old father of trees, of course, who's the god of that.
They're,
it's an Isurian god.
I sort of
All of the gods are Isurian gods.
encompass similar things.
It's what the
Then why
Isurians
do you have
use.
different ones then?
Well, you see, we would kind of count
if you had
Tuyula as being
something for my
our
daughters,
blessing in that same way. She came from under the earth during a time of great tragedy, and
you don't know.
Luxantha is the Isurian god of the sun, light, warmth, and of action and knowledge.
Do we think we could take this fascinating conversation inside of the walls?
Yes, we're right there. We've been walking this whole time.
We've been walking this whole time.
We can.
I thought I saw some people kneeling and getting interrogated back there.
No, they're getting stabbed now.
Oh,
Oh, look, they've been crushed in the bathroom.
Oh,
That's
crazy.
so good.
It executed them.
You see,
I'm so
you see
happy.
three of the undead have managed to be forming some sort of like half-vocal conversation with guards that are like really not having it.
Do you want to?
Really?
At 12 a.m. in the morning. Why would you even bother leaving here? It's not the time. Go back inside. You're drunk, man. Get in the door. And then the other one, the actual the Brave Knight. It wouldn't be quite right for us to leave our only compatriot wandering the street alone. I see he's coming back now. I think we might be fine. Of course they're coming back. There's no reason to leave the city after it's been attacked. You need to stay inside. And you guys make your way to the gate. You make your way in.
Just in time for the guy bashing for him to leave.
And he's gone.
Oh,
You see as Heron walks
no.
through, Oscar doesn't need to say a thing, and the guards just let you all walk through with him. There's no question. And it's a relief for these guards who are interrogating 5 deathly-looking humanoids to relieve them back into the city and say, don't you come back down here again at 12 in the morning, drunk off your ass, alright? I will come and bring a battering ram to break your back so you don't leave the bed next. Just shit. Just abuse, like literal abuse. And you realize that Cicero thought they were talking to you. And Sophia definitely was about to start swearing at them, but then they noticed instead undeads that are shambling haggardly. Clearly the people didn't do a thorough enough examination.
I got that. I just stare at the guy that was inspecting them as they're actually like,
Waving his torch. Get out of here! Now send us sleep! But that's not what they're supposed to be doing.
damn, I should have got some night people to get on here
Then
instead.
the literal skeleton is like, oh, this is fine.
Well,
They have-
3 of them can actually
There's
have
this guys.
reformed skin because of
Yeah,
that.
but it's
And
like one of them is.
And then, Actually, we forgot to add your dog into the mix too.
Oh yeah, me. I forgot that too.
Your dog is gross.
And dead, hopefully.
Like Eden's
They're
little.
all makeup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why they're all. Yeah,
And makeup proficiency.
I want to keep your minis alive, so I'll make a reasonable excuse that's not reasonable.
I'll do everything in my power to get them
I
killed.
have like a plus 17.
Luckily for you, I have no powers.
Nick would have let them die at all.
I would have encouraged them to die.
I looked up what a Grave Knight does and they're disgusting.
They are. So, what are your leads on Moki's kids? I was randomly a child.
With the support of Oscar's family, we hold rare power and foresight. Oscar has a time flare.
What
Someone-
does that mean?
Heron says, Heron, don't be so rash. The girl is not ours to use. We are given a rare opportunity from Oscar. Think it is a gift, Firefish, not a burden.
So, what's a time flare?
They are known as seers.
Why don't you just say serum? Where does the time flare thing come from?
Different terminology between cultures.
What
The
is-
temple calls them
Because they see through time?
more that
They can.
it blinds them in their own way.
But whether or not her magic will work here is not up to us. She needs to meet the focal object first.
This is your sister?
Yes.
So you have no leads?
We saw those children pressed to the backs of strangers. The backs of strange, jagged cages. It was actually just one. We believe there's more, but we saw one was being prodded constantly. I can't imagine the length of suffering those innocent beings have endured. Mark my words, the pain they endure will keep my eyes clear. As he kind of begins to walk away from the group.
Where did you see this child?
A while back, the time flare.
So she can share her visions with the rest of you?
It wore her down more than we expected, so it has been a few weeks without asking for her contact. It seems when we violate her intention, it brings results, but it brings harm to her.
So you have no leads?
We have leads that he's being held in a cage.
That's no leads. We already knew he was being held.
Well, I will go, and Oscar's like almost broken off the path completely, while it's just you with this group. I'm going to go check with the temple to make sure that the peer has their story straight on what centaur is allowed in this city, and which ones are being held captive in it.
You have captives?
Yeah, they probably have some centaurs in prison or something.
Why?
Because you're inherently violent and hate all humans and attack them on sight.
Elves are inherently violent, hate all humans, attack them on sight.
Yeah, there's
Before you
probably
entered the
elf people
The
in...
monarch broke off from you and said, "We have spotted the giant's trail. Pretty hard to miss 6-foot wide footsteps, but in dark it is going to be hard for us to keep path on it."
Do you want me to deal with these lot and you?
The tracks I found, I can investigate further as they've gone higher up into the valley, potentially then lower into the cracks. Deal with them for the day of bloom, and I will bring my bird to you. We are needed in this day. And then at that gate point, he splits off. But Heron and you know that with Heron, no guards question him, so you are given clear passage. And you're inside the city. You're at the earliest part of the morning for the merchants. Basically, the merchants' funnel. It is just a massive opening corridor into the city where it's not impoverished. This is an impoverished entrance, surprisingly. And most of these morning tarps are being flung off the tall stands and queues and large areas of commerce and festivities cleared for the rain for the coming day and are now all being unveiled and prepared first thing in the morning. Maybe only 2 or 3 people are actually in the move in the center of the street, but you can still see every 2 blocks there is a guard, and if not, 2 guards. But they don't stop you.
So then we only have one lead. Which is the guy who gave you that note. Let's go find him.
It wouldn't be wise to just interrogate.
We just go there, torture him a bit, talk.
We'll ask nicely first. What, do you have any other suggestion? Aside from talking to your sister and making her hurt herself, or an image of a person in a cage?
What does your note say?
I've already
Don't have it.
It says, "Your father is a cruel warhorse. Your children were not safe and were taken by blue vermin." There you go. Even with them safe, this was handed to you by but he said he doesn't speak the language, by the way. He said that, it was given to him by a mage.
An image of a person in a
What
cage.
does your note say?
I've already
Don't have it.
It says, "Your father is a cruel warhorse. Your children were not safe and were taken by blue vermin." There you go. even with them safe, this was handed to you by but he said he doesn't speak the language, by the way. He said that, it was given to him by a mage. Even with them safe, they do not behave when they are in company they do not trust. I see you have raised them to match your ideals without knowing your personality. My intention was to re-educate them under my tutelage, but they do not comply. Please, I wish you to have your children returned. What I did was against human law. I cannot return your children to you lawfully inside the city walls. Moving our kind out of the city is hard, but not in one night. The night of the 27th, 11 p.m. Now it is an hour and a half after that. On the road north, called the Inspire Way, I can move them while the city is in full motion.
Oh, it's a centaur mage.
You're dealing with a mage.
Doesn't the centaur mage live in, at least one I know, live in Sartuni? Is he an archmage of cultivation? I'm going to assume it's the same one, because I doubt there's many centaur archmages, but there's one living in Terratuni. We should probably ask this guy.
Terratuni?
Yeah.
Centaur archmage.
He's an archmage, he's above the law. Well, I'm sure he believes he's above the law.
That's
magic.
That's right on the edge of your turfing grounds.
Did you see them out in front? How is to say that they have taken that road yet?
I did mention that earlier.
If they're transporting it, they likely wouldn't do it above them. There are many entrances throughout this city.
Wait, are there... But they did say it would be on the road.
Yes, but if they're getting there.
Right, you're right, but at the end result, they should be coming along here.
Meeting on the road, you guys arrived about an hour, so you arrived probably like 30 minutes before the designated time. So you were standing there waiting for this guy up for all of 11 p.m. through 12 a.m. And then right after 12 a.m. these guys arrived.
Wait. The children are captured by blue vermin.
Your children were not safe and were taken by blue vermin.
And so
But it also says he couldn't send your children.
The Blue were working on behalf of the Archmage Corporation.
Yes.
Who were given to the Chancellor. Tried to help educate them. Failed. Now he wants to hand it back to me.
They're using blue vermin to move children.
Yeah. You don't trust.
We should find the guy who gave you that and figure out if he did this on purpose.
I think the guy who gave us this was just the
Middleman,
courier.
yeah. So we'll figure out who gave it to him.
Courier of Chancellor. Chancellor break away.
We can ask him first and then break his legs, yes.
I don't think breaking legs might...
I'm sorry, are you against law breaking? Because this isn't going to work out if you are.
Well, no,
I'm just letting you know right now.
Proof that he's working with the Blue Vermin.
Well, no,
That is true.
if we leave the breaking of legs to the lawman, then it will be fine.
Well, he might have moral compunctions. Do you have moral compunctions?
How about
Allow
we
me a moment to
try
speak.
to turn away from war crimes?
I
What's a war
prefer
crime?
to observe if they are truly breaking the law, breaking moral, then they shall be judged according.
Yeah, so we'll ask him first.
Where does he live?
Other side of the city, let's go, 22 hours. Quick. He's got a car.
He actually was heading back up the city from the pier. So
I
I'm
don't
not
know where
sure
he lives. We're going to have to start at the blue office.
Chancellor of the pier probably doesn't live in the pier, which is really rough. It's really rough.
Have I heard of this Chancellor?
Actually, you're from the city, yes? This city?
Yes, I occupy it.
Okay, let's just go to like a law house or something. You can ask where he lives, so we don't have to go looking. Come on, follow. I'll follow you.
Is nobody concerned that while we're out going back into the city, your children are being transported
There are two
out of the city?
We don't know where they
All
are.
a massive fucking amount of guards.
There's
Back to base. So they saw the massive amount of fucking guards.
Okay.
Not to look like children.
We could sit on the road then.
Designated time
This
is
is
now.
one bin guy. Obviously,
Well, we were sitting there for an hour, but I mean, yeah, we could probably go sit outside.
They're
We got there early.
So they're coming
Yeah.
I don't know when I was supposed to come.
So he's a part of that.
Keep in mind,
He's like the first one to come in after.
No.
Okay.
And out of like they've just done the purge, and this family has kind of taken the seat as the chancellor group. You know that Von Bin's father works at the Blue Office, closer to the pier, and he's an elderly dwarf man who does work for them.
Not that I'm aware of.
No,
No,
Moki.
you certainly won't.
That's the fourth option. Actually, Moki, to make it easier for all of us, why don't you tell us everything you know about blue goblins? In detail. Great detail. Everything you know.
That
Everything.
would probably help.
Really, the goblins, except they talk to you in your mind and hurt you there. And they,
Okay, yeah, goblins are not going to be on the road.
So they're goblins with psychic powers.
they're smarter.
Okay, but how does psychic powers affect their society
Also,
forming?
they can.
Oh, the females are the strongest. They lead them all like the chickens.
The blue vermin are from the north, aren't they?
Yes, they do.
Is it actually like ants? Look at
They have will. The low ones have will.
What's the percentage ratio of female to male?
1 to 1.
That's a good question.
That makes sense. They're queens then.
And this is kind of the most irrelevant detail. They can produce with any living creature, but if they produce with their queen, it won't kill him. Or they kill any other creature they can.
They can reproduce with anything.
Ow. Couldn't explain it to me.
And cutting.
What's Becky's intelligence, real quick?
10.
Okay, so does he remember all this?
It's 9, but it's
It's part of my tribe knowledge, which I purposely
It's 7, but 10.
plus 6.
If you're dealing with goblins, they're not going
Sorry,
to...
not as good as you.
We're not dealing with goblins. They're nothing like goblins. They just look like goblins.
Regardless, they're not going to be on the roads.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you could go out and sit there up there if you want. If you ask.
No, because I'm still not past this all being a setup.
Well in caves.
Exactly.
So, every time they go out, no,
Also,
But
you're not allowed to be on the roads. If we pass any guard, they will go after you. No, I'm not.
Another factor that you have to take in mind.
he is the law.
I do not work for the law.
He's the law. Yes. He's a cleric. Of some kind.
Did you not say you were going to vouch?
Did you guys not see the blue lightning coming from him?
It does not help much.
Why you're magically
No. Archmages think they are above the law. And they pretty much are, because once you get to a certain level of magical power, you can ignore armies.
Can you just say it's not mage?
I'm essentially a mercenary.
He's a priest.
I guess I can.
Okay. Explain to me. Do the mind goblins... Do the blue goblins, sorry. Do they work for other people? Do they work for money?
They've normally only ever worked for themselves.
I've never heard of it work.
Okay, why would they willingly transport your children instead of just implanting them and then them dying?
I don't know.
I'm gonna assume that this blue goblin stuff is all made up.
I believe if you were,
No, just the blue goblin bit specifically of them having your children.
you were given a note to tell you to go
It
outside,
could be
far
possible
away
they're
from the
controlled
gates,
by the
so
Archmage.
that
That's
you
true.
could receive your
Or
children.
created by.
Instead of receiving your children,
I think they're
you are
probably quite an old
ambushed
race.
by 3 large skeletons.
I would have it for you. They could for us.
What for?
Probably for us, let's be real.
Yes, that could have been.
I tried to run and it stopped me, so maybe they just didn't want us. They wanted to kill all of us there, or they were going
the
for us
note could have
specifically.
been us to get us in this spot so we would get killed by them.
You definitely noticed too, the skeletons were targeting the party.
If they wanted to get rid of you, it is likely because they fear you.
And they don't feel fear. But maybe it's
You
control
know
of
the
the
individual
Archmage.
controlling it.
Oh, right, yes.
Yes.
So what about you is going to make an archmage afraid?
Well, we did.
He's really strong.
We
Sorry,
did-
continue, yeah.
We did destroy the skeletons pretty.
Well, no, but before that.
Yes, there were also 20 other people there.
We've been finding like horrific secrets for several months now, pertaining to gods and other unknowable
Killed an
deities.
undead Hydra
Your
like
chosen
dragon.
method. You can have the
Yeah, except Fate doesn't have a name, so just all the gods, I guess, chose us, unfortunately.
We also found him in
Yeah, he found him in
a timeless being.
That explains it.
Yes.
He's really strong. He's probably unknowably strong. He's really strong.
Oh,
She's really strong.
He lived in the age of 2,000 years ago.
Can I just do like a general like faith check?
Yes.
How much like
How much side shit are they giving you?
how much weird shit is going on here?
Yeah, sure.
I don't.
Totally.
I mean, yeah.
I'll just tell you.
Hey, it's on YouTube. You can look
Okay.
it up.
If you're wait,
15.
are you trying to say like our fates?
Levels
No,
of
I'm trying to do a general like fuck. Am I
Damage
supposed to be here for a reason?
No.
Like, how
okay.
radical are we?
Very.
Woki looks like one part of his body could genuinely be cursed.
It's
That's
alive.
like, that's just the vibe.
Yep.
Cicero is like just pale, but even the way he talks and the things he says, I would say
I smell
that
bad.
you're getting the idea that he has been exposed to maybe too much too fast, and there is a pool of information inside of his mind that is teetering on being overwhelming. Ray looks kind of like he's just understanding human systems. Sure. Like has now kind of gotten
With one human here, two humans.
the quarter grip on what a city like this is supposed to be. So as he's walking, like Ray's obviously keeping a lot of eyes out, but kind of in the same way Ray's looking in the wrong areas at the beginning and kind of is slowly getting more and more used to pitch black late at night. Yeah. And Jonathan, I don't think you can get a grip on Jonathan's faith, but I mean, yeah, he did say he was chosen, so there's something like that.
Well,
So you're taking us to a courthouse, right?
no, I think I'll take you to my house.
Okay.
Randomly passive in the city.
No, that's why he's here.
taking you to mine.
You actually watch as, at this exact point, one of the lumbering sword keepers just walks past you. Takes no notice.
That's the goal happening.
Forearms. Very dull.
Are you a noble, Mr. Oscar?
Am I a noble?
Yeah.
No.
He said he was a mercenary.
Are you heading to
Is
the
your
high place?
family noble?
Or people's father?
I'll go.
People's father?
Yeah.
So you see him, I mean, if you saw him take a left there, that would be towards high rich area people. Then you see him kind of navigate further down towards the inner part of the city. So
Never mind, you just answered my question.
I am not a noble. No.
Military family.
No.
Is your family special in any way, except for your sister?
I'd like to consider it.
In what way?
We are very devout to our culture.
Is your family important? Aside from your sister.
Depends on to who.
Was your family as important before you figured out your sister was a seer? Did they rise in importance very drastically? Does your sister live with... Sorry. One question at a time, you're right.
Please repeat your first question.
Was your family important? How did your family increase in status much when your sister came out to be a...
That was two questions.
Okay. Does your sister live with you?
Yes.
Are you monitored by the church?
No.
Right. Your parents priests?
No.
What are their jobs?
Technically unemployed.
Where do you get your money from?
I make it myself.
For your whole family?
I'm a hardworking individual.
That's nice. That's nice. What does your sister do all day?
Rests.
Oh, fair enough.
Preferably. Sometimes she'll go and buy some groceries.
How old is your sister?
You're asking quite
How
a lot of questions.
It's important.
Roughly 28.
She's not married, huh?
No. Marriage isn't exactly an important part of my culture.
Are you? Alright. Fair enough.
Am I allowed to ask questions of you, Potter?
Just.
Is that a yes?
I didn't say no.
Why you didn't say that?
I don't control what they do. They can answer any questions you want.
What about you?
You can ask any question you want.
Where do you hail from?
Shit. Sorry. I got hit really hard earlier. I'm from Aria first.
What is your purpose being here?
I'm following him. I want to help him get his kids back.
And what is your name?
My name is Cicero.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, Foxman.
What does your race call themselves?
Me?
Yes.
It's a specific word you wouldn't.
You didn't say it out loud for me.
No.
Alright, fair enough.
Well, no, you wouldn't know, and that is interpreted. We are Akai Mimi.
Akai Mimi.
Akai Mimi.
Akai Mimi.
Akai Mimi.
Don't really know.
Akai Mimi.
Mimi.
There you go. Got it?
Yeah,
Nope,
you've
red panda.
heard it from Isora. There was species of this on the like off part of the
I don't know
continent
what a
called
panda
Cambria,
is.
but basically
Red panda's not real.
a name that doesn't a term for a name that doesn't sound real. It oftenly sounds over.
I like that better.
Like mythological.
It sounds kind of it just sounds like a bit ridiculous to put into the human tongue. Definitely, normally means like an animal.
What does it mean in Sylvan?
It was said in something.
Yes, what does it mean in Sylvan?
Yeah.
Translation.
Red
Means
panda.
Akai Mimi.
Means red panda.
It genuinely means a red panda.
Sure.
That is funny.
Why not?
Well, because Akai Mimi is a sub-race of... Another one that I don't actually remember the name of.
Some asshole archfey was like, yes, Red Panda, that will be your race's name.
I take it you hail from Cambria?
No. We hail, where was the place that we...
You never made your name up very long.
Shit. Well, but what was the area that we initially...
Bar liquor.
came from?
It's a bar
The
made
top
so
floor.
Oh yeah, Termish.
Termish. The closest that I'd be able to describe is Termish.
Right.
Furthest west land point on the southern side of the continent.
So I take it you're from the seas?
Yes.
Which island?
You really want specifics?
I do.
Okay, we're east off the coast of Termish.
Oh, okay. Does it not have a name?
We don't come to the mainland, so we don't really need a name.
Right. Fair enough.
That's so interesting.
It's home in Sylvan.
Home.
Bar liquor.
And your name?
Right.
Pleasure to meet you. Chosen. Whatever
Jonathan.
Yes.
Jonathan.
I am Jonathan Nicholas.
We worship an Isoran god. Do you hail from him?
Well, I don't believe my exists.
You really have an equal
What is
amount of
its
questions here.
It's important things to know if we're going to go to a
Sure,
town.
of course not. Is your temple your homeland?
I would say that my mind is a bit strange after waking up for a while.
From that timeless space?
But I remember I lived around Brandt.
So this continent.
Tour God.
Ah.
Rip.
2,000 years ago.
Probably roughly heard of it.
Torgard was where I was building my new church. Although it
Wasn't. Yeah, definitely not.
And what is your purpose for being here?
I have to repay a great debt. And I have a divine mission to
I realize I forgot to ask Ray, what was your purpose for being here? What was your purpose for being here?
I'm here to find an artifact that will save my homeland.
Wow. You have some lofty goals. One of your goals is just to follow him.
Actually, no, he's sort of following you. I want to help him find his kids, but it's
Following
just simple. He's following you because he can.
Right.
We're literally following you.
That is fair. Take a left.
Don't forget the small child right there.
And Tim, you haven't asked him that either.
Well, I figured I'd be able to connect the dots for as to why he's here.
It's the most obvious. It seems pretty obvious why he's here.
You actually notice as you're entering over and under a bridge, most of that conversation was overheard, and you notice some of the Perdition Knights that you've just been with are now standing position at like a quarterway point down into the city. They're just like amused at your entry conversation, but they will absolutely let you pass.
And why are you traveling with a child? Or is that one of yours?
That is a good question. I had never asked.
She's following us.
Oh yeah, we've seen her before. She's pretty. I don't let the eyesore hear you talk like that.
She's like,
No, she is not like me.
Are these the Perdition Knights or just random people?
Perdition Knights.
out of place and time. Strange power.
She
needs to look pretty
she is
around here.
Apparently a reincarnation.
Oh, I am listening.
A reincarnation?
Yes.
Fair enough. Herself.
Yeah, really, yeah. We don't know much more. She's weird. Childlike
She's
behavior.
also mute.
Yeah, currently.
Sophia,
she also
introduce yourself, for God's sake.
She also has a. Does she still have the book on her? Or do I?
It's not on her.
Okay.
It's in her.
Cool. Ah, I thought I took it off her.
She could summon it.
Oh yeah, it's a summon book. Fuck.
What?
Also, if you
'Cause
see
it's an
her,
evil book.
if you see her with a book, tell me, please.
Sure.
Not allowed.
She's not allowed to read.
No, just not a specific book.
The book is
It might be worthwhile to provide me with a description of this book.
What does it look like?
Sorry, you can look at it later.
It's a black book of things.
Yeah, if you see her read a black book.
Sometimes make your eyes bleed going back to rage.
Well, that sounds...
Mostly
You know, you seem like a pretty reasonable
mostly
for
just
a
being
religious
happy
person. We should probably just tell him the truth.
I basically did.
Yeah.
How did you even get to the continent of?
No, I'm good.
We walked. I walked. I took a boat and then I walked.
But how did the rest of you?
And what
They
is...
apparently teleported.
Oh yeah, we've teleported to a shattered heaven dimension.
Yes.
Pardon?
Oh yeah, for these two.
There was like 3 hags up north, and 3 like evil omens or something as well, and we got really badly cursed. There was a bunch more of us, but all of them are dead now. So we went into like a portal that apparently held the key to our curses, and we went in there, and it was like a shattered heaven realm, and we killed the hag in there and got cured. But then our friend who has a demon had a demon inside of him. He's dead now. He killed us all, and it was actually like a dream because you're not really in heaven. And then we just woke up at what was the specific place? It was like a beach in Thermish, yeah, like a beachhead. And then from there, we screwed around in Thermish for a while, got cursed even more, and then we got to Torgard, and we found her. She helped fix some of our cursedness.
City of Undead.
Yeah, Menmir.
No, I was not aware of it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Make a religion check.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna keep my insight check on
26.
sense motive just on him as
Okay.
he's told all of this information.
There's certainly something that triggers in him.
19.
Well,
Fuck.
27.
27.
How does that work?
I'm sure that there's an eye race. But yeah, I think his demeanor doesn't change very much.
He's also still got his hood up.
Very true.
So he's like...
So except for the grey hair that kind of like shaves the front of his eyes, you're finding it hard to catch details. I mean, this is something I wish I could have ever given to point out, but you're...
Sorry, man. I was blind. I can see now.
Did those knights ever say a name?
You know, I
Ever said that?
A name.
Oh no, yeah. When they referred to something called an eyesore, they were like talking. At first, they were talking about like Sophia, like we've seen her before.
Mhm.
With the eyesore, they were saying like, "Don't around him."
Mm.
You want to make a? You can make a history. Local check.
Local?
Local for you. You're local.
I mean, local is a general wherever you are. 28.
Well, that helps. It's kind of local all over this continent. Isaurian people are not common. at all.
Yep.
And they're literally called eyesores, like EYESORE, by people who just despise their kind of general existence. Which is a lot of people, because they're normally very arrogant, braggadocious, and normally hold a decent amount of power when they come.
You're a Soren?
Pardon?
Are you a Soren?
Yes, I hail from there.
Does your whole family come from there?
Yes.
Is your sister older than you?
By a year or two.
Okay.
Why?
Please don't try and
It's
hit
quite
on.
interesting.
Please don't try and hit on the girl.
She's 27. She has like 5 years of life left. What would I do with that? She's not married. She's pretty much done.
Wait, that should make you 25.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a useful young guy. Gray hair. Why'd you leave Isora?
Because I was tasked to come here.
Your whole family came with you.
We can talk about it when we arrive to my place.
Alright, fair enough.
What's your task?
We can talk about it when we arrive to my place.
Yeah.
Is your sister suffering from her condition of being a seer?
We can talk about it when we arrive to my place.
Right.
Why not now? You've asked us all our
I'm just
purposes.
asking because
There are sensitive ears upon this walk.
Very true.
Why did you not suggest that to us prior to asking us?
Because what you have not said anything worthwhile yet.
Very
You've
true.
only started to say things worthwhile, and we can wait until we get to my place.
I don't know about you, but
This
2,000
was
years
just
of
the place.
old
Or is this people's fathering and keeping it?
This is
Mhm.
my sister's place.
But he's religious. Well. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
He starts to walk you through a few more alleys. It's like pretty wide alleys. They are 20 foot wide.
Should I do a stealth check?
Do you want to do a stealth check?
If you don't do a stealth check, that's up to you.
I would try and...
Okay, so you're gonna have to make a few. So, Caden, each
That's
point
all
of the area you go through on that map, heading down towards the People's Fathering, which I'm sure you'll be able to find. People's Fathering is closest to the left side where the air spires are.
So I need to make 4 checks.
4 checks. Name each one as you do it.
Cool.
So I can give you the DC.
First check. That's definitely cocked. 14.
Okay.
Wait a minute. There's no disadvantage.
No disadvantage.
No, you just have a minus like 7 because you're a centaur.
Minus 3.
Is this for people watching him?
9. It's slowly going down.
And the DC's going up.
Yeah, stealth. Minus 3.
No, I'm just curious.
Last one. 2.
Yes! Bring it home strong.
So now I want Oscar to make me one more check, and the stealth roll on this has to be 25, or the horseman is going to get spotted here.
What am I rolling?
Stealth.
Let's go. 23.
Garbage.
I would have rolled a sky to keep it in sky. Yeah, by minus 10 sky.
You know what, this sucks. I want to say, just
Minus 7.
Well, I mean, it takes like 10 minutes or something.
roll me a d20 plus your stealth to see if you can hit a 10 so you can give him plus 2.
Okay.
You failed this whole time?
No.
3.
Okay. So, you arrive at the kind of corner edge of what looks like a kind of surface brick of a building that you realize there's kind of multiple layers of material, different shapes. There's a lower kind of brick floor, and then you can see it builds into the more wooden upper frames to the wood tall building. And you can even see there's like a small under part where the path.
Actually,
Is this your?
hold on. Let me find a feat name.
So, Ray, do you worship like gods?
No, not really.
Do you worship like powerful spirits?
No, we are respectful to our ancestors.
Fair enough. What does your people think happen when you die? Trying to get a gauge of your religion.
Well,
What was the
wouldn't
highest stealth roll?
quite
you got?
call it religion, but we
No,
believe
17 was your first.
So it's like a heaven?
To change my teamwork feat
Or they like just
to
exist as
stealth
spirits?
synergy to make
Like
my
a
stealth
spirits?
a
Yes.
17.
So
Is this in the Lamented Pier?
Did you? I thought you were going to people's farthing.
Hold up. Oh.
Yes, you've got your high purse. You've got lamented pier, and you've got people's farthing.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll go to people's father.
Okay.
You see a normal looking 2-story house.
You are
Doesn't
rich.
look super expensive. You know, mainly stone walls with wooden roofing. You see the occasional potted plant on the outside, sort of trying to make it a little bit more homely.
It's not as wide as it is now. Right? It's
Yeah.
a long building.
It's fairly thin this way, but it goes for a while.
chunky.
And you see sort of the roof is pretty standard, but with the occasional sort of like towered windows spiking up, couple of arches. Otherwise it looks like fairly standard. Doesn't poke out at all.
In fact, you don't notice you're at the front door.
Yeah, it's just a regular wooden door.
Kind of like an old English front porch. There's just like the 7 steps that lead to the front of the building. You can kind of see the next building over it is a replica, but it is a mirror to this building. And you can see a bunch of buildings around it have almost identical design. Like the same builders just went, nah, fuck it, we don't care about
Copy-paste.
difference, and copy-paste.
We're here.
I knew about human urbanization, but I've never actually.
Finally.
Looks quite interesting, actually. Wow.
Oh,
Your big house.
Yes, just this one.
The roof is surprisingly tall inside. You have to duck pretty, heavily, but
Quite a large house.
It's the sort of downstairs is primarily like an open sort of living room / kitchenette, and then there's a stair that leads up to rooms upstairs.
there's no little balcony or anything you can see up there.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2, but most of them are in the rooms.
In the rooms, yeah.
I'll make yourself at home.
I don't see anyone. It's all empty and quiet. I mean, there's no dust. It's well maintained.
Go on, sit down. A little sitting area, Jim.
Kind of central candelabra, which literally only has one central light, which is lit the moment you walk in, and then all of the little reflexive light pieces shine onto the roof and create this beautiful reflection jewel display on the roof with its reflections.
You have a bathroom.
Yes, it's in that room.
Like an actual bath.
Oh, no, unfortunately.
No, fair enough.
That was a little bit out of our price range.
Understandable. Yes. I assume there's a bathhouse somewhere close.
Should be a few roads down that way. But they do offer, it's fairly cheap, so it's around 2 silver for an hour.
Very good.
Including soap. And
So thrown in, oh my god.
He'll sort of like pull his hood down by now. You see very long, almost slightly curly white hair. Blue eyes, but they're a little bit darker, and his skin is perfect, flawless skin. He's a beautiful man. Think almost like Griffin.
For her. I look like shit.
He's maybe slightly androgynous.
You say you look like Griffith?
A little bit.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. He's beautiful. He's just beautiful.
Masculinely beautiful, or you
Yeah, he's got the
feminine?
frame.
Yeah.
He's got the frame.
Okay.
but his face.
He is 5'8".
You pale?
So
Tan?
he's like average human height.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
maybe
put-
slightly taller.
You pale or tan? Or?
He's
And with the same height.
slightly less pale than you would expect. So he's like pale, but like take
I
it
thought
up,
the people in this continent were like brown.
take it
so-
up a couple notches.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, a lot of inland people are brown, but obviously he's not.
Nah, I was thinking of
Except for the last 3 days.
No, he looks like he's seen
No,
the
no,
sun, but spends most of his time
what the
with
fuck
a
is the
hood
name
on.
of the place we started in?
Or maybe inside.
No.
Krueler.
Krueler.
If you have questions, now's your time to ask.
Yeah, but I forgot what they were.
You,
Is your sister upstairs or here?
yes, I moved her here recently, so she should be.
You seem
Unsure.
She's a human being. She does what she wants.
I don't think there's anyone here. I can't hear anyone.
I'll knock on.
I mean, Cicero, you see like a few strands of surprisingly
1 a.m.
long hair that are like on the couch and stuff.
It's funny.
It's hard to tell if it's his or, but
It is also 1 a.m.
yeah, you go upstairs and you knock on the door. There's no response.
She's probably asleep. It would be best to let her rest. But there are plenty of other rooms here if you wish to stay the night. You mentioned...
You will sit on the floor.
It's primarily copper. You mentioned that you met omens when you went through the shattered heaven.
No. You did.
You definitely did.
Omens?
You said 3 omens.
Oh, no. That's in Krueler. Well, not Krueler, but like the north specifically. Yeah, there was a skeleton guy called Wrath, and there was his another skeleton guy that I forgot the name
Consiler
of. The Consiler of Death. I don't know what their deal was, and honestly, I don't care. Luckily, we're not there anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure sometime later when we're done with this, I'll just hand you a document full of information if you want to go gallivant up there and fix that problem. But 2 of the hags are dead anyway, so it doesn't
Not
matter.
exactly my issue.
Oh, what a great positive to have! Great, we can never go back up north again, except if we want to talk to your Archmage.
We can go up. Well, I mean, if your children are there, sure. But, or if you're... I'm still slightly confused on this whole prophetical situation you're speaking of. Your god wants you to find the Fountain of Fate.
No. My god wants me to stop the incursions of the necrosis realm, of the negative plane, to take effect in the material, as it is causing a disturbance to the world's balance.
Okay. And you intend to do that here?
Apparently there is a path to find the fear. The Well of Revelations, down in the underbelly of the city, hidden.
So in the tunnels?
Yes, and from those tunnels, you're most likely to find the Blue Goblins.
It appears most of our connections are pointing downwards.
And from what Moki said, maybe we should be in more of a hurry to find out.
I can lead you there, if that's what you wish.
Where?
To the tunnels. I can lead
Don't
you...
you have sewer entrances?
The sewers run above the tunnels.
Oh, thank God. That would be
The
quite
tunnels run
right.
below everything.
Are they as big as the sewers?
Far bigger.
Okay, so unless we have a lead to start somewhere, we're going to be looking around in tunnels for years.
That is where her sister will come in.
Great. Okay, well, she's napping, so we should... I'm going to go take a bath then. So I've forgotten what I wanted to ask you. What god do you worship?
To simplify, I do not worship one god. I worship 9.
Which 9? Isn't that illegal?
Not from my culture.
Okay, but in the laws of the city, isn't that illegal?
No. I worship Imaria, Elena, Brillaris, Anmato, Nanafly, Demetus, Luxantha, Aineta, and Persephone.
Okay. Most nice.
Finding the faith.
And most of us got
One god. You can worship 9.
Right.
Persephone.
Yeah.
And
For 5 minutes go, ha ha! Okay, it was more like...
Luxantha from Cicero.
Whole Icer organization. Everything, some of them. But, yeah. And the Teolans don't care.
It is not within their purview to.
You're living in their city, under their laws.
Yes. And I do not cause them an issue. Therefore, they do not cause me one.
Damn. Pretty tolerant in this city. That's good.
Even though when you talk to them about, with Jonathan Ray, you notice certainly there's maybe amongst just the higher established or the more frontline fighters, they do not take well to that, contrary to religious understanding.
The captain that you met worships Tuella, and the tiefling that you met is a chosen of the Old Father.
The Old Father.
Yes,
I don't know.
the Old Father.
Oh, the Old Father. Well, that's unfortunate. Because he left.
Did you mean to talk to him?
I didn't know he was a worshipper of the Old Father.
Is that something you're interested in? Or is it simply just because you're an elf?
Yeah.
You never saw him enter the city.
Didn't he talk about going up into the hills to follow the footsteps? Okay.
He doesn't.
He didn't seem to, he was watching me a little too hard.
He has trained for many, many years to hunt your kind.
Really?
Yes.
Which ones in specific?
You know, I'm not entirely sure.
Oh.
When I talked to him about it, it seemed fairly general.
I mean, if he's a worshipper of the Old Father, he might be after ones that turn their back on him.
Very well, possibility.
Damn, we really did have some great questions, but then I forgot them.
No matter, maybe a good night's rest should be useful for you all. I can... If we leave within 4 hours, that's enough for you to rest, yes?
Yes. Sure.
If we leave within 4 hours, the street should be relatively quiet. There is a fair festival.
4 hours is like the last hour, it'll be quiet.
Where are you
I
going?
can take you to one of the tunnel entrances.
Okay, again, we don't know where in these tunnels to go. If they span the whole city, it will take years to look through all of them.
We should just go to the chancellor.
Gosh, that's like we don't have divinity on the site.
Okay, so do a ritual to figure out specifically where we need to go.
Well, if we can utilize his sister for that, that would be ideal.
Okay.
And if we can't, well, we will only find out once we try.
Then it is up for fate.
As long
You
as
know
we-
what? Everywhere we go, we do tend to immediately find what we're looking for, so
Yes,
maybe you're right.
quite.
Perhaps that's the gods showing favor for you.
Is the bathhouse open at 7 at night?
No,
Is it in someone's house or is it an actual bathhouse establishment?
it's in someone's house.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to be quiet then. Alright, I'll see you later.
Are you sneaking in?
Yeah. I need a bath.
You shouldn't have said it in front of him.
Are you gonna stop me?
No.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
The mercenary, not God.
As long as you're not endangering any of the common folk.
Water's free, isn't it?
The water.
Yeah.
It's, as I said, it's 2 silver.
Well, I'll leave that silver, but it's like there are wells that you can just pay from.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so water's free. It's not that bad. The soap. Oh, God. Maybe.
So we're resting for 4 hours.
My sister last
That should be
divined
able
2
to
days
delay,
ago.
like, exhaustion.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's enough to postpone.
She needs a rest as a current, but
How long do you actually need to stay
ask
there?
nicely
Yeah, I'm not going to get a full rest, but that's fine. I have
to garner and
no, I get nothing. Yeah.
Because I was thinking still like 6 hours of actual rest and then 2 hours.
that should be enough.
You can play it like that if you want.
I'm cool with that.
It's not bad.
That means you're close. Yeah.
But I need to let her rest for as much as she can. So I'll wake her in 4 hours.
I think that's what it's going to be waiting 4 hours then.
Right here.
You can make yourself some food. There's some...
So what got you into the
Walk around your house and look at all the entry points.
There's 2.
Take note of any windows.
There's like 10 windows.
It's like 2 upstairs balconies.
Gonna see if there's any other things, and then gonna post up next to the most defendable spot in the room. Probably in the living room.
How many paintings are there? Like
How many paintings?
Oh yeah,
How is there even like, you know,
There's-
3 bare?
there's one painting, and it's a painting of a field of wheat
If it's
Yeah.
slightly
Family portraits.
movable, I'm gonna try and see if there's a thing behind it.
There's a couple little drawers with a couple of books on them, like those half bookshelves, and they've got maybe a couple candles on them. It's
See if
it's a
there's
nice, it's cozy place.
something behind any of these.
Nope.
Okay.
It'll be in his room. The safe with the 60,000
No,
gold is in his
no.
room.
You're looking for
Legendary
one.
artifacts.
Yeah.
It's like one cool rock from his childhood.
Priceless artifact is mine now.
My tribe deals with secret entrances, so it's always good to be wary.
You're talking to yourself.
Yes. No.
Sorry, you were asking a question, Jonathan.
Right, yes. I want to know what made you pick up being a mercenary.
Well, I traveled here on a similar mission to what you are traveling here for currently. And I needed the money. So I decided to become a mercenary.
I see.
That's pretty much it.
I like that backstory. It's good. It's a good backstory.
Yeah.
Are you a missionary of your group? Or are you just a believer of them?
Clarify.
Are you under an order?
Yeah.
Ah. May I know the name of this order?
No, you can't.
Ah,
But I can... The detail that I can provide you is that my role is of a witness. I am witness to the gods, and I act according to their will. It was through their will that I traveled here, and it is through their will that I will complete their mission.
all right. Well, I better start patching up the makeup on my close allies to make sure they're not.
Oh, wait, are these undead?
Of course.
Oh, I don't like that.
Just waiting at the front.
Right. And Shiro.
Put them in a barrel somewhere?
Sure, right?
Or
Yeah, sure, just walks up.
make them hide
Just walks up.
near my home?
Oh, by the way, this is Shiro. He's my dog.
Looks like a hunchback.
He's
Like
my dog.
I like that even nice.
They would cause more problem if I let them loose then.
We have a cellar.
I can put them in the cellar.
Please do.
I'm sure her dad doesn't go down
Is
to
the
get some
cellar
wine
accessible
later.
from outside?
Pretty unfortunate.
Pardon?
Is that accessible from outside?
No, it's right out.
Oh,
That's
so
right.
I
Back
went
down.
down there then.
It's that one back door that has a back door just leading
It's like
down
a
the
simple
staircase.
5x5 wine cellar. We hold some meat there.
And
There's a door. I feel like I'm being quite suspicious here. It's a simple home.
Hidden things are usually in plain sight.
Hidden thing. Right.
But no, I believe this is.
It's still a DC 14. Especially for a slave.
In terms of upstairs, most of the rooms are taken. So it might be best for you to sleep downstairs. Is that
How odd. Quite 5 minutes ago you said the opposite.
no, I said there are rooms upstairs. I didn't say you could use them.
Actually, you did.
Well,
That's fine, I was going to stay down here in the living room. It's more defendable.
wonderful. I'm going to go upstairs and sleep.
Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Are you guys making sure that all of the shutters are closed? There's no light. Once the morning hits, no streams of view coming from something like you're battening down the country stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to pray for 30 minutes, and then I'll go to bed.
For 2.5 hours.
3.5 hours. We're leaving in 4 hours.
Actually, before you go,
Yes.
Actually, never mind.
No, that's all right. I'm already up.
Please remember it.
I was thinking about
You already
possibly having something watching for eyes over us in case whoever this assailant is after us would attack again.
Certainly. Probably
Do
a good
you
idea.
have any... It's a bit gruesome, but any dead birds or rats or a dead pet?
No. Can't say that I do.
Nibbles will not be brought back to life today.
There's like hundreds of dead cats within hundreds of meters of proximity.
boy.
This is a city. That's
I can
really
tell
bad.
you that this house is closely guarded.
By me.
No, by my other sister.
I was gonna ask you.
Okay, who is that?
You'll meet her if you meet her.
Is she
Currently 4.
is she like
If that is the case, then I will not continue.
No, just here.
is she a god? Is she a spirit?
Right.
She is a brat.
Got him.
Can you give us an appearance so we know to not hurt them?
I don't think she'll get into your...
Have a hurting children.
No, self-defense, and he didn't say she was a child.
She is an adult. She doesn't act like one, but she
Have
is.
Only if they attack first.
If you see anyone with similar hair to mine, it's best not to attack them.
Is this not a common hairstyle?
No, he's a story.
Do you...
It's from a different continent. I'm whispering in your mind.
Have you seen...
Oh, we're spurring thoughts.
Have you seen many other young individuals with white hair?
I haven't seen many other young humans.
Oh, well, there you go. That's an easy way to differentiate them.
Right. Okay.
You're looking for young people with white hair. Alright.
Okay, well,
Both male and female.
20-year-old humans, they're pretty much 3/4 of the way there already.
why is he still in my head? Get out!
40 is their max.
What is that, guys?
Look,
I did by 55.
I've decided I'm going to sleep downstairs tonight. Because, you know, if you need to ask questions, I'm right there. So, let's try to get some rest. And then my sister will wake up
How
in the
many
morning.
people are in the city?
I have no idea.
Oh, damn.
That's a good question.
Must be at
Probably...
least like
Quite a lot.
2,000.
David, how many people are in this city?
I think it's 2,000. Yeah. That's
Have I ever-
There's probably at least 2,000 people here, I agree.
Have I ever had a number?
like 8,000 at the most.
Yeah, I think the biggest sex of the city held close to 70 to 100,000 people.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just like the Illuminated District and like the,
Low density.
Wait, are you counting the poor?
So we're looking,
no.
That's like counting the poor. Way too many.
we're looking for multiple hundreds of thousands of people.
Oldorf has 2,500 people living
Good
here,
to know.
and it's like half the size of the city.
The city is condensed. It's quite packed.
Yeah,
I have no idea how
mass. I literally thought this
This city is
forest.
fucking massive, yes.
But no, it's just houses. I thought all this was forest, but it's houses.
Yes.
That's houses.
Why would they put forest in the city walls?
Trees are down. I was like, oh, what the hell?
Because the Duck is such an enormous city.
It's a city just about the size of most continent maps you can get in. I mean, luckily half of it is just...
It's like I didn't do it on purpose. They were covering land, not cities.
Any of you injured, by the way?
No, scratch.
Johnny Boy
You're
didn't.
looking at like 1 to 2 million.
You didn't heal the
1 to 2 million. Oh my god, that's a lot of people.
Did you heal the
But it is
16
a mega
HP?
city. So it makes
In the client?
The origin city of this.
Because I healed 16 HP to everyone.
Oh, no, I'll go there.
Hey, you guys
I
got 16?
genuinely
So
don't
healed.
think this can hold.
We're also going to do it 8 more times.
7 more times, so.
No,
None of you.
It's a good thing.
None of you are damaged.
It's like,
Wonderful.
assuming you're walking at 6 k's an hour, from here to here is like 100 k's.
This is bigger than...
It took us like 26 hours to get from here to up there. This is massive.
People die.
I mean, there was a sizable energy from the creatures heading towards your basement. Necrodamus glows like a gentle white color.
Okay.
If illuminated. Ray's sword holds power. You can see there's power in that.
Okay.
And I think the only thing. Do you swim?
I'm not.
You're not there.
I'm looking much.
Is this just magic?
Yeah, just magic. And Necrodamus obviously has his totem.
And Muggy's
Look, his
axe.
belt.
And weapon.
My arm twitches.
Nice.
And as you all get rest, Oscar, you wake up 3.5 hours to the kind of gentle swaying of your sister just standing above you as you wake up.
Good morning. How are you, sister?
You can see from the corners of her eyes there are dried blood marks.
Relatable.
Oh, not another one.
You look at her and it's this horrible thing every time you're confronted by her. You don't know how long she's been awake for, how long she's slept. She doesn't look healthy regardless.
I told you to sleep. What are you doing awake?
She takes steps back and you watch as she goes 9 steps back. And then she just stands there, looks kind of at everyone in the room this time instead of just in front of you, just staring at you.
Alright, because this is in the main room.
This is the main room. And you guys are still asleep, but she's very quiet.
Taking a push to walk down the stairs.
We're probably awakening each other, so I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even Cicero just being off the side, out the window, whatever you're noticing.
It's in the corner.
Her range of expressions seems to change very, very rapidly. Kind of like she's very quickly looking through a movie, in that she's reacting to the movie in super speed. Her face kind of contorts, and at that moment where she takes that and step back, you can see more blood start to swell under her eyes. And
What are you seeing?
reacting to you.
I'll approach her.
She's kind of like silent, but her eyes are just going back and forth like she's reading a script in there. You know when she's having kind of like a panic attack, it's not good for people to approach her.
If he gets within 5 feet, he sees a blade made of white flame poke between you and I.
On the
Do not get any closer.
seeing something she's not meant to.
You see her head kind of like snaps back at an angle violently.
What do you see, Cecilia?
You see her wipe a tear from her eye, which you realize obviously she's literally wiping blood out of her eye, which is somehow swelling with blood. And then she just walks over to the table and starts to like draw. Starts to draw something on the countertop in blood.
So she is cursed with the seer's eye.
And you realize in her blood she's made out a shape that isn't words. Some sort of. At first, it's like a blood tracing around, and the wood is actually where the detail is. It's some sort of centaur body, almost like 8 legs, like a centipede. Like a weird, like elongated double length lower half, where they kind of built upper half. You're like seeing an elongated centaur in frame to what you've just seen, except this upper body has some sort of like, because it's kind of like a side profile you're getting. There are clearly 4 arms and wings, or at least a side angle of a large outstretching wing. And obviously, she's covering this table in a very thin layer of blood. And she looks up at you, looks back at you two, but looks at Oscar. And you watch as she falls to one knee, her arm hits the side of the table, she just looks
Oscar
dizzy.
will just run up and try and grab her.
You help her back up off her one knee. Her body sways back like she's going to fall.
I'll look at the picture.
Does anyone wake up?
Yeah, after that, definitely. I mean, just the thud of her hitting the ground pretty hard. You guys wake up, you look, and you see, if centaurs had centipedal lower halves, you can even see there's some sort of description of a horse tail. Upper half, 4 arms, wings. This is an outline drawn of blood, which is why the description of the features doesn't make sense in terms of size on the body. That would have to be a very, very long sentence.
Oscar, are we to be worried?
Cecilia, I need you to tell me where. Do you remember?
Looking at the ground, you can see her eyes are dizzy. She's not in focus. Heron. He knows the truth now. What's this name here? Let's try the Freyfrost. She had seeded information in her.
Bella Fry? Of the Freyfrost?
Bella Shry. So BELASHYRRA. BELASHYRRA.
Of the Frey?
Of the Freyfrost. Frey Frost.
Yep.
Which you actually know is some sort of Krueler Dynasty stronghold, which is very much like a mixed turf of all of those creatures from that land, maybe even blue goblins. She has set him on a path of death.
Heron.
Where law doesn't matter. They will try to execute. And when she says they, it comes over with that scared terminology. The kind of, she's not talking about the temple. She's talking about the figure from before that escaped the gods. Odysseus, I think. But the problem is that she's saying they, kind of like it's potentially, she doesn't know if it's one or more. But you know Belashra, she is a saint of the Temple of Damidas, and she is not regularly in the city, but she does cover a lot of the religions crossover from the Granada Dynasty to here. In fact, the Granada Dynasty required representation of faith in this city in order to be on kind of like on a passive term. So she obviously stepped up. As an elder woman with long grey hair and heavy wrinkles, often adorned in kind of bright red and blue symbols of what she represents. You haven't heard of being in the city, so you don't know why Heron would be told something from her if she wasn't here.
Well, do you know where Heron is now?
I wanted to find you, but it's gone for the other monarch instead. They will begin investigations north.
I need to move. I need to head north.
Warn them. And you're kind of trying to help her up towards the stairs.
You wanted your lead. Here it is.
I see.
If I was to leave.
Right.
To head north.
His children are north.
Most likely.
Okay, well, this thing, I'm gonna assume, is one of the 5 great beasts of Damino. So it's probably gonna attack us. We're gonna fold it up and put it in our pockets. Yeah, that's right.
I've never heard of a centaur with centipede legs and wings.
This is a centaur? What's got a tail? How is it? It's more like a dreader than a centaur, let's be real. Do your centaurs have like a god? Does it look like this? No. You know, for like gods.
Sense motive.
Sure, do it.
Plus, whatever.
I'm doing it.
Not good. 17.
You gotta do a bluff or persuasion or diplomacy, bluff or diplomacy.
Cool. I have a -6 and a -5 on them.
So can't win.
Sarcastic.
Sarcastic. You failed. You failed.
Yeah, I probably do. Yeah. 13.
Are you being honest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably
I
recognition.
literally
Surely
told you
there's a
that
look of
there are some
recognition.
centaurs with altered double halves.
Yeah, but that you don't.
Surely you see recognition.
I don't recognize that one.
Alright.
Not the centipede. Fuck.
Yucky.
Okay.
Yeah, we fought like a 4-headed dragon. There was another one, so it's probably similar to this. But he chopped that one's head off, so.
That one wasn't a
It's
centaur.
true, I did chop its head off.
Are you fit to leave now?
Yes.
Of course.
Then we need to head north.
Before we leave, excuse me, miss. Would you like me to free you from your condition?
She's just like, she's not even acknowledging that you're there. You're not even sure if she heard you. She's just like looking at the ground in a daze.
Do you want me to free her from her curse?
It is not a curse, it is a gift.
So no.
She was provided this through her own choice.
I see.
You see, she actually does like look up at you as you finish that. And you can see in her eyes, she's like looking at you. And maybe it's like directly at you, but there's no sign she's reading you. She's just looking at your face, and it's still. Her expression is very still, but then you're not even sure. She's looking. I mean, her eyes aren't entirely. What color are her eyes? Are they like yours?
Yeah.
So like a deep blue.
Would you like her back to how she was before this?
She has a mission. It is her choice if she wishes to return from it. I cannot make that choice for her. Cecilia, and I'll wipe her face and cast Cure Wounds. Get some rest.
She looks back at you. Why do we all burden ourselves with these things? She starts to look at these things.
So any of your brothers probably not coming back? I'm sure you'll see that.
She does. She make a.
She comes back. It's like, what do you mean?
Make a.
In fact, maybe get your whole family to come and say goodbye.
Make a diplomacy check. Yeah.
To be fair, most people.
Yeah.
To convince her to
die. Well, I'm pretty sure you have died.
26!
Oh my god.
Really. She is like 3 steps up after Oscar's kind of like helped her up, and she turns around and just falls back onto Oscar and just gives him a full proper hug.
Oh, nice. Sibling love.
But she clutches you like she's terrified, which is always the way she hugs you, and it's.
Yeah, maybe get your it's another
Cecilia,
sister too.
I will come home. I have a mission to complete.
Yeah, that's what Cornell said. And Grog.
You can contact me if you need me.
Oh, right.
I will come right away.
I'm making this inappropriate, aren't I?
Miss, are you sure you're okay with this?
She whispers something in your ear that none of you guys can hear.
Is that so?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm doing
I
that.
gotta get 18.
21.
She would also have bonded by her.
Oh yeah.
Is this like?
No, she's safe. She whispers.
Okay.
She just whispering. Trying to know.
Are they doing stealth check?
No,
Whispers.
You don't hear it.
I do too.
I just.
You got 26 then.
You got 26?
21.
And 25.
Okay. You just hear. The fountain is theirs. And she says, there's again with that same fear of unknown.
What,
You did.
what a peculiar thing to whisper to your brother.
What? What? Why would you listen to the
Am
whisper?
I the only one who heard?
No, that's an
No, it was
invasion
being
of privacy
respectful.
between family members. Give them some respect.
She was very loud. I don't. Oh no, it's. I can hear better.
If you should leave.
No, you were listening like a crazy.
Yes, I can hear
We
better.
saw you tilt one head to the side and creep up.
I definitely did not do
I
that.
can see your big ears going like this when you're listening.
Yes, because I can hear better
He
than.
sees me less and less.
Alright, say it.
So what?
That's what I thought.
What do you want me to disclose what they were talking about?
She's like almost fully up the stairs and he's like, I'm too depressed.
Unless it was
for you."
important. Unless it was important. Yeah, okay.
She slays it over like
Something
sad
about
song,
wells.
like she's lost her brother because of her choices.
Well, at least make sure you tell Erica that.
Well.
She's not busy either.
You hear like something upstairs that goes away and the group's just been like loud and you're behind you the whole time. You knew she should have used telepathy, but maybe she wanted it.
Yeah. Should we go?
Alright.
Mike!
Okay. Yeah, we'll go a break, but first for Cicero, you got there.
Your clothes!
You got in, and you got 25 minutes of washing.
Well, I had to heat up the water.
So basically the
I
water
started
had just
fire in
become
their
hot.
house.
Like, had just started getting hot.
You just
Yes.
took your toes in.
Yeah, we're taking so
And,
long to heat up
and
the
there's
water.
like
That's
an
fine.
equivalent of an old man with a very, very large wooden club.
I will pay you extra for use of your service. I'm not in the middle of you're not open. That's the problem, and I really needed a bath. Here, I'll give you a gold. I'll give you a gold for your use of services, and I won't do anything. I'll organize your bookshelf. You don't have any books you can't read.
This is the laundry!
I need to wash my clothes as well. Here, here's a gold. You attacked me! Throw it at your face. Oh, come on, man, just 5 minutes. I can be done in 5 minutes. I'm not a criminal or anything.
You're quite literally
Five to
are.
the count of 9! 1! 2!
Oh, you're counting nice and slow, good.
3!
Wait. Oh, no, I don't want to attack you, fair enough. Hey, what's in this soap, by the way? Ah, good. Where'd you get it? I was gonna distract him also.
There's basically he does. He's like, where was I? 4!
You're on the floor, yeah.
No, you're at 3.
Yeah, this is really grimy. God, there's so much. This isn't blood. It's my blood. I have nosebleeds really bad.
I have to wash my old woman with that.
You only have 1 bar of soap?
I have a
You're in the bathhouse! What are you talking about? I think I found the right place. Is it the bathhouse?
No.
He gave me the wrong directions. You have 3 bars in here. What are you talking about?
It's 3 houses down. I have a lot of nephews.
I did say 3 roads down.
Sir, I apologize profusely. This has been a huge misunderstanding. Thank you for using your body. I left it open, yeah. I'm not going to give you another gold for the
So
inconvenience.
Cicero returns back. So
I didn't even owe you 2 gold and 2 silver in the first place.
I've got the gold here. That's
Yes,
enough.
yep.
You didn't break it after.
I did break. I unlocked.
You're literally like, at the worst part where you're
Do you want me to empty the bath?
You broke the ball.
You have poison.
you're at that point. You put it on your pants
when you have
and you just
poison.
like
It
tap
might
the
cripple
wooden back on your back.
Hey, I get it. Please don't swing at me. It's fine. You can get rid of the water, whatever.
6, 7, 8, 9. He's like does the quick
My
one up and
clothes,
is intended just to scare you.
I'll relock your window for you.
You see the old man just drops the bat over his shoulder and just walks back into the house like total and just like
Now sneak back in a pinch.
Well, nice guy. No, I'm gonna wash my clothes at your house then.
So yeah, you managed to get in a separate bath your clothes soaked.
I assume you have a little washer.
Alright, there we go. Changes appearance. Doesn't sound different. But and as you walk in the earliest morning light, the kind of distant sounds of the birth of the morning of the day of festivities. Well, you guys guys make it together to kind of like a central main road, central main way, and you notice, Oscar, there are plenty of Tradition members. Most of the ones that you recognize from your journey haven't been brought out. They are in a period of rest. But you're noticing that there's, despite the kind of the spotty blue office like soldiers that are laying around the streets, very, very casually, very morning brekkies, morning ales, morning chores. The soldiers in this time of the day are very observant over the kind of central area main road where there is many, many small different fair and festival activities being set up. They don't really mind. Even as you walk past, it's just too early, they couldn't give a shit.
And Northwood.
Libraries and more houses, more keepers. You can see a lot of areas where in the city in general, radiuses around these buildings are obviously well documented. Which is kind of surprising because even though you're new and you entered, the documentation process was pretty shaky, if even good quality. So it's surprising that they need to hold this many buildings occupying knowledge. There's not just main central libraries, there's just like a bunch of little houses and record homes. But you guys kind of make your way through the opening morning area where you're now seeing small size kind of, I'd say rides. They're basically rides. They're like very small tracks that are laid across the ground. You can see like a lot of these are probably not brought in from the city. A lot of these festivals are stock that's been held in some sort of warehouse in the city for a while, and they bring it out and they dust it off, and you're seeing that process. But there are, for your island and what you found to be fun, you can imagine yourself as Ray, as a young kid, would be mesmerized with the type of simple funds that are available here. You're surprised that kids at this hour of the morning aren't interested in these type of things, but they're not, and there's no kids around, and there's just two old men setting up a kind of cart system, like a mining track or some sort of display. You walk around wind-battered cobblestone buildings, and Ray, what is your perception?
Bonus?
Yeah.
11.
Okay. There is something a little off-putting when the only sign of a child you see is one at the very end of the street that you're walking beside. So you see them standing there kind of blank-faced. The widest, it almost looks like it could be painful, smile. Smile is so wide on their face, it's like a petrified, like, and they just stand there at 90-foot end of a street, just looking at you.
Very welcome.
That was a bit weird.
Yes, it was quite weird.
What was this festival about?
You know, don't really know.
We don't have a lot of fun, do we?
Pardon?
We don't have a lot of fun, do we?
Say that again?
We don't have a lot of fun, do you?
I get out. I'm a big fan of snooker.
What is that?
Do not worry about it.
I'm sure it's
unimportant.
No, I'm quite interested.
It's a game.
What is it?
Explain the rules of the game.
How do you play the game?
I will explain the rules of the game as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so what are the rules of the game?
I'm not telling you. Look it up.
You get balls and you bash them with sticks.
Pretty much.
By the end of the semi-brief conversation, you make it to the front of where the gate is, and you can see there's a fair amount of guard patrols now lining the outside, and there is a small but relatively large, for this hour, traffic backing up to enter. Maybe in the last 3 hours, you also noticed that the group of soldiers that you left at Caligula have now arrived. I mean, they're arriving a little earlier than you expected them to be, but they're there. And they easily notify you of the fact that 10 minutes ago they saw Heron.
Oh, wonderful.
And they just point 400 meters out towards the shack that you know is Monarch's home. We arrive at the edge of a small wooden building that you guys have seen in the battle you just commenced. Besides, this building did not take any amount of damage, but you can see has had damage before and has had patch-up jobs. And despite that, you arrive, the building is obviously shut. There are bars and shutters on the inside, but you can know that you can hear growing kind of a muttering, murmuring sound, conversation. I think it's kind of louder and louder, and you hear the rear end of that. Well, we don't speak. Obviously, you hear this as Heron, a kind of deep tone voice. Don't speak that language. It's believed to be nearly extinct. And obviously then your footsteps are loud enough. You hear from the inside, Monarch. Please, Oscar. Come in.
I have guests.
Don't come in. You hear the back door open, not facing you, and two sets of footsteps move around the corner, and you can see a kind of less armor-clad, but still like red leather pauldron, some like lower half chainmail, but not on the upper half. Obviously, he's got chain, and then he has plate as his helm, but he doesn't have any of the plate or the helm on. So you see kind of like a supposed to be sandy blonde, but has kind of tinged with red. So there's like red streaks and kind of like a dark sandy hair. You can see his eyes are bright orange, like yours, but like even brighter. They really show that kind of like bright, fiery amber color. And then obviously Monarch, whose green skin seems to get brighter as the kind of morning light hits him from the side. The 4, 5 are they needed, Oscar?
We visited my sister.
We were trying to wear her out.
No, but it was unnecessary. Do you know Bella Shra?
Not heard of her myself, Oscar. And Heron says, yes, very familiar.
Did you have an interaction with her recently?
Yes, I have word. And he looks at Moki, then looks back to you. The temple has made a public decree for your capture.
My sister has said that you have been sent to death.
I haven't been sent on any mission. I only came out here because we, Monarch and you, were talking about going further down the mountains where the path of the giants came. I'm not sure those steps are going to lead us
That would be the
astray.
death, probably.
Most likely. It's a land of lawless, according to my sister. And the final thing she said about you was that you know the truth now. I don't know what that means, but if you have anything to enlighten...
I think you definitely see Heron is has to take a mental moment to kind of acknowledges what Oscar is saying, but more has to try and find it in his own mind to phrase and rephrase suggested words and things used to talk down to Moki. He's trying not to. I think that's what you're honestly seeing. The truth is that the 9 swords of the Hollow Valley have been moved, sent south. Bringing them here was the intention. And they were ambushed by a party of centaurs that were led by a much larger draconic centaur.
Did it have centipede legs?
No.
Draconic.
The descriptions were bare.
Color.
We've got somebody in mind.
They've taken Fort Nagril, along with the 40 or so people, soldiers that were living up there in the mountains, hostage. Someone inside the political sphere of Kings Bay is obviously seeking to undermine its knowledge. The temple is trying to cover it completely.
What are the demands? Which temple?
The temple that I work under, but
Where is it?
place I will take when you want to go.
But where is it?
In the Illuminated District is our biggest temple. It is to our
Relevant
biggest god.
there, according to my tribe. Because it's a sacred place to me or something.
The king's paper. My sister said that the original owners of the land are taking it back. Do you think this centaur is one of them? She also drew a picture of a centaur with wings and a centipede lower half.
It looks horrible when you pull it out. It just looks like a kind of like hand painting, like all of it is folding inwards. It was somewhat dry when you put it away.
Does her blood smell healthy?
No.
Oh, your sister's not doing too good, is she?
Have you smelt
It's a pretty
healthy
dark blood too.
Yes.
Like it's almost a black color when it's on
Committed to
that. When it's dried in, it's a bit more
Smell a
red.
lot of blood. A good sense of smell. What are they? What do the centaurs want? What are the demands?
Their own.
Sorry, what?
They need their own back.
I don't know. You said they took hostages of the 9 swords.
Yes.
They're demanding for their own kind back.
Do you have many centaurs in prison?
It appears that is why the temple wanted to find the smuggled children.
To capture.
I don't know.
To release them, maybe, or to find some way of bargaining out the people that
There's
remain.
hostages against
Against your what?
Bucky, please don't tell me that this dragon thing is your brother or something.
No, my brother is an adult.
Uncle, father. Please don't say father.
Father.
It's your father?
It's my father.
Are you kidding me?
The war horse.
The dragon.
The war horse.
Guess you can go online.
In Sylvan, that is what
Oh, okay.
the message.
Because we had the first message.
Yeah, I know from that. This confirms it.
So they are using your children to please your own father. I guess that makes some sense.
Or a bargaining chip. Yeah.
Or using his grandchildren against him.
That doesn't make sense why they want. How they know you. What do you have to do with this?
Other than being my children.
And the enemy's son.
The enemy has a very clear idea of where you are in the city. That is all we know.
By the enemy, you mean the centaurs? Or
We mean specifically the one who is leading the centaurs.
makes sense. You always believed in tough love.
The one who has held a whole fort hostage.
That's
And the
not
people.
very important.
Well, I mean, the
There's only 40 of them.
The Archmage said he knew exactly where you were.
There was 40 left. After they got attacked that first time.
41. Probably
That's
40
what-
combatants.
Apparently their forces were weak and somewhat already
Remember,
under the gun.
we got told about the 9 swords in Fort Nagram?
Yeah.
By those guys?
By which guy?
Oh, wait, did they take over Fort Niagara?
They were going to take us there.
Yeah.
By those guys?
By which guy?
Oh, wait, did they take over Fort Niagara?
They were going to take us there.
To give their own version of
We were
testing.
in Krueler originally. That's why we met.
Did you run into the 9 swords then?
Yeah, I think so. There was like a night of hunt, and there was a bunch of beasts around. Yeah, we're 29.
And they mentioned about their forces being weak.
They mentioned they were at Fort Nagram.
Ah. Right.
And then got attacked by a bunch of chickens with big mouths and a necromancer.
Right.
Well, the issue is that their forces are not weak, and they have contained inside that fort a dead remains of a dragon formed by crystals.
You said there was only 40 combatants.
40 of ours.
40 there were, and that's what the temple believes has been diminishing because of their appetite. 40 soldiers and military workers who were using the fort as a place of community.
Do you know the numbers of the Sentinels? How many there are?
8 or 9.
How powerful is your father?
That's not including the big one.
Oh, he's been alive for centuries, and every bad thing you've heard about Centaurs are his doing. He's always in our names.
And the problem is that I don't know what... The thing that lied under that fort, the reason humans built over it was because there was once a lore of two great dragons. This was a child of one of them, Gelragroth. Its essence remained inside of the mountain.
No twinge.
Gelragroth?
I can do a check.
Yeah, you get a Gelragroth. Gelragroth.
Try and check.
You try check.
17.
Apologies if I appear naive. How does a centaur become a dragon?
It's, I shouldn't speak of it.
Well,
Magic.
I think it would be helpful if you did.
Remember how he turned into a goat?
A true manipulation of psychic energy.
No,
Probably
it's
something
not.
like that.
It's not.
Like there are 50 different types of magic that can turn you into different things.
It's not magic.
And what
It's
is it?
definitely magic.
It can be an effect of some, but
Dragons are magical creatures.
It's probably
this
a
dragon.
curse.
Sure.
Oracles.
But say this dragon centaur,
just
does it gain power from the dead of another dragon?
yeah. Who wouldn't?
Well, I know I certainly.
You eat a dragon, don't you get from it?
Not that I've ever heard.
Maybe.
I thought that was coming.
Your father is
Not all of it. Probably.
keeping that dragon's remains to himself. Good chance it is changing him, or he is changing it.
My father has hunted for dragons before, hasn't he?
Yeah, this is probably one of the ones he killed, and then humans fortified over. And then
So he's likely becoming a larger threat than he already currently is.
Well, we
or reclaiming his land.
even if we were to go to that temple, there's no guarantee we would face him. He would be busy consuming.
I'm not worried about facing him.
You should be. But, okay.
Does your family have any connections to necromancy? For a curse to exist, it holds a deep grudge.
Not my clan. We don't dabble with magic.
With the other clans?
One can commune with spirits of nature. That's the closest to necromancy we have.
I see.
So if he isn't secrets of the dead, we know how bad they are.
We stay away from that. We're
Almost as bad as the secrets of the living.
So there's a cloud of psycho.
No, but more like druids. Do nature stuff and get high.
Regardless, you have been provided a warning. You head down this path, you will die.
I feel that is just a challenge. We held back. I've not even spent a quarter of my strength.
Are they committing banditry or anything on nearby villages and hamlets?
No. But every other location, hamlets, towns, Lookout Grove, everything else struggles. Just to eat.
Is Fort Niagara north?
Yeah, it's north. It's like if you go north, that's entering the Shattered Teeth mountain range. But if you crossed over the river and head up that mountain range, that's the mountain range.
South of Krueler.
If they're demanding my children,
Southeast, northwest.
and the city wants to give them my children, we should help that along. Find my children and take and.
A good chance the temple wants to.
If the temple will be in their way, we'll stop them.
The temple probably just wants you to solve their problems, which by yourself, doubtful.
Monarch, what is your opinion of this?
Monarch is absolutely just like sitting back, letting everyone kind of talk. Doesn't say anything that says something brief. What he says doesn't really even matter. How we spend our days in Scar, how we spend our lives, how we spend our moments is how we spend our days.
So profound.
This father is a king. Why would he move?
We don't have a city or a kingdom. We have a land that we roam.
Maybe you do now. Maybe you're willing to take it.
If we were to take it, it would be a place that would hold history to us, not some fort created by humans.
Well, it holds a kill.
One of many, but not important enough.
Your family is very old. That can mean that with great age comes resentment. An inability to let go. Is your father vengeful? Greedy?
Again,
Stubborn?
I've said this before, but every rumor or bad thing that's been said about my kind, all of it is sourced from him, and he's worse than any rumor. He loves his people and will protect them, but he will go to measures that are too extreme than what was needed.
And what of his thoughts of human?
I'd prefer if you all die.
And if he wants his land back,
If he was the original owner of this,
it's funny.
it's likely that he will come here next.
What ability do you have to speak on the behalf of your children? Can you be the ushering voice to say that they are safe, even if they are
My
not?
father won't kill me. He doesn't kill of his tribe.
But he'll kill others if we don't
Exiles.
provide the truth.
are there
What?
are there non-sentinels in your tribe?
No.
Then he will kill every man that he holds in Fort Negron.
Yes. The only reason they're alive is because they're bargaining chip to get something he wants. Even if you were to give him my children, he'll probably just kill them anyway.
Wait, who is the first rulers of this land?
Older than us. My father
I
would
know
probably know.
The Goliaths were here a long time ago. I mean, she said that the original, if you're not the originals,
Humans have
maybe it's got
only,
nothing to do with your father.
powerful humans have only moved here within the recent few hundred years.
The Elvenorths arrived at the same time, humans after that, but before that there was...
Goliaths. And you.
No, Goliaths were the one before that. Before that was an empire, but it's long dead now.
What empire?
You know, the drow before. The one that was frozen in the end.
I've never heard of this in my life.
It was the early session. Okay.
And not necessarily a drow either, just so aged, basically shriveled.
True.
It would be great, totally.
Where is this guy? Is he in the dynasty?
No. That doesn't matter. It's...
I think it does matter. I'm not gonna lie.
You mean by the first people, the first civilized people who had an empire, kingdom, civilization, that, yes, were probably part of the first. Other than that, that's only scattered tribes like goblins.
None of you were here. Okay, never mind.
Also, you have an idea that below this city
Is the ancient giant.
is as ancient as what he's talking about, but potentially not even as old. But an underground, it's probably the reason he doesn't know much about giants, really. But they're two kind of derivatives, stone giants, which completely stayed underground, and the Goliaths, which chose to come
The
out.
Golden Empire was like 500, 700 years ago.
No.
Hold on. Lifespan.
Yeah.
60,000
The Great Divide when
million.
the gods came was
I know my grandfather was
1,000,
part of it,
300.
but it ended when he was very young.
The giants,
probably right at that final divide point where the gods came in, so 1300.
Yeah, that makes sense.
the giants were long before any type of humanity. They buried the tunnels beneath. That was their original citadel.
Beneath what?
Where we stand.
You probably have a whole race of giants living under the city.
Most likely.
That must mean that is the reason why I was told about a path to the Fountain of Fate here.
The giants were here, was the ultimate point. We bombed them
Evo.
till they left.
Well, you lot bombed the ones on the surface.
I'm assuming you want to save my father's hostages.
Not necessarily, but he does.
Are they like innocent guys? What do you mean not necessarily?
I would like to save them as well. To at least redeem some part of
I would like to save them too. We've all been given our own responsibilities, but we haven't got any clue how to solve the problem.
Okay. I do kill his dad. But that might be hard. Probably have to get a few archmages or something.
It seems for the moment they are content staying in Fort Magrum. It's just whether they come here next.
Or Oscar. We might want, if we don't want to go through that entrance.
They wouldn't come here to King's Bay.
How do you know?
Because he would.
You mean your father?
He wouldn't bring anyone, he'd just bring himself.
And that is bad enough.
It wouldn't destroy the city, it's too big, but it would be bad.
Yes. So whether or not he stays in Fort Magrum or comes here is the deciding factor.
How many centaurs are there in Damino?
I
Estimate, Murky.
I still don't think I should answer that. That's
I need to know if your father freed every centaur, if the rest of the continent could beat them.
What was the last count of my tribe? And that was there
Yeah.
10 years ago.
It would have even been earlier than that. Like 10 years ago, it was a larger part of your tribe, but then before that, there was bigger break-offs. I'd say 4 dozen at most that you would know. And that was maybe between 15 to 20 years ago. And then, you've had in over a 10-year period, you have meetups with other tribes.
I'm assuming when I was in the tribe, I thought the tribe was all of us, but now that I've been outside it, did I know there's other?
They could be, yeah. In 10 years, there's normally other tribes that bring through and try to take women out of the tribe. That's all.
my tribe has 4 dozen. but there are others who are not part of it. And we,
How many tribes are there?
hard to say. New ones are falling.
Less than 1,000.
Yes.
Okay, so your father will be doing most of the heavy lifting then.
I guess so. But
If he wanted to kill everyone.
In terms of the strength of an individual centaur, how does it compare to yours?
to me,
Yes.
I'm probably as strong as a bit weaker than a dedicated fighter.
So,
It's quite bad. Still manageable.
4 dozen, probably looking at an army of
So if there's only
a
10,
few thousand.
if there's 10 of them,
The way I see it,
is there a way that we can wrangle the
one
others to
centaur fighter is worth at least 5 human fighters.
that would apply? Yes. But your expertise are different.
That's only for the marshals.
Raiding a mountain, military mountain, does seem like almost a impossible task. Creatures
How built up is it? Are there roads everywhere? Is it a mountain? Or is it just a fortress in the middle of the mountain? In the
It
middle
would be
of the
very hard to scale the mountain as one of your kind, but there is one main bridge that leads between the fort itself and the kind of central area below the fort where merchants sell their wares. So you would have only been able to cross with the main bridge.
I'd be surprised how well we are now.
Would your father work with that archmage? The centaur.
Yeah. He would consider it.
So
Foolish, but
would the archmage be using your father's arrogance to get his own way with the children? He did say he tried to re-educate them.
my father would give my father should get tough love before we make tougher, stronger.
But then you are not just dealing with a group of centaurs. You're also dealing with an archmage who can control the blue vermin.
Potentially a political faction that is strong alongside the archmage of cultivation.
Perhaps delegation is needed.
I don't think much about magic.
I feel as though this is an issue far higher than you.
I don't think going down will help in this circumstance, but
We have a sense of my father. So probably ranges.
it probably is toughest, right? We're going to have to deal with 40 relatively effectively.
Now tribe, we have clans that are pretty much personal family. My father only has 3 sons as part of his clan. He would have either those of the clanless or those of the clans who want to match his
Fighting style.
sadly rage.
So the lost ones.
Why does your father only have 2 sons?
Of blood island that take what
So you had other siblings, but they died?
my father tried. They don't live longer than 3.
Are you to become a dragon like him?
No. Much time.
He didn't like get up on 2 legs and start walking around, did he?
So that
It's fine.
don't wait. Die.
You saw that deer guy? That wasn't what he turned into, right?
In fact, the most common totems that your father has remained to keep his elk skulls and antlers as their their turf sign where they track.
My grandmother did the same on. She died 300 years ago.
I may have
Not
met
for a
him.
healthy life, but for
Says what?
What?
27.
I already know wrong, but the key thing I said is he doesn't talk too much.
Do you think you
And
met
he
him?
died before I was born.
oh,
Maybe.
Interesting.
Okay, you saw that deer guy, right? Remember? In the heaven realm?
yeah.
It wasn't that guy, right?
Is it too small?
Too small and not as gold.
That's good.
Well, it seems we're at an emerging point. Our decisions must be made. Options.
I know my path.
Find
Find
the
my
kids.
children, go to my father.
Can your father
What will you do when you get to your father?
find the children?
Probably fight, and then I'll probably lose, and then I'll ask him where the rest of the tribe is, and he'll refuse, and then I'll have to go, but might as well.
Right. That sounds not very helpful.
So if
Back at square one, where we don't know where his
Your
children
father
probably shouldn't drown me, you'll die, but
You think you're
are. Also with the lead on the
Do any
castle.
of you heard of Odessa?
Can you look at Grok's notes? Maybe necromancy spell.
But he has
What are you reaching for?
It's a spell.
Shit. Piece.
Oh, was the ancestral thing a necromancy spell?
The ritual for the blood.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Was that 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 27, not 20.
The name is familiar, and almost nothing else. We're kind of struggling to reach Odysseia, and then you get pulled into kind of remember when you had undergone the ritual for the first time with your people, and there is something in a language at the time you didn't understand. You were attacked by an enormous field size, an enormous red fiend. It would fly down towards you, but the first one that would ever come down as a kind of like front horseman before the vanguard, a kind of soldier, a messenger, he would announce the battle will begin and the winner will meet at the edge of at the Black Lake where Odysseus' knowledge resides. And you would always get to that edge when you did it the first time, and you were guided there by the people you were with. They told you not to go. There was some sort of like edge where it was a surface of black water. A vision you had a few days ago, where it was like kind of a blood red lake. It's a bit too bloody, like you were in kind of a black lake where you were transported. You never heard the rush of the waterfall or anything like that. You were just told not to look down after a certain point. You realize in that moment the reason the warriors that were chosen beside you didn't force you to look down is because they were clearly being watched. Some part of that ritual bound them to this place or this thing. And there's something in this thing that just by observing it could cause some sort of a problem. So maybe that's the only reason that you, like they do leave, but maybe that's the only reason that you left with so little and have gone so far.
I don't know much about her.
Tempo. Where's that, Jim?
Natural 20.
32.
To be fair, I was not lying. I don't know much about her. That was complete truth.
Do you know any more then?
Yes, I know that there's a lake that we've named after her. You see it in vision sometimes through a ritual.
Alright.
That's about all I know. Could be a powerful being.
Oh no, she certainly is.
How do you know this person?
There's a vision of my sisters.
Oh, like 30 minutes ago.
No, a few days ago.
Well, mine was a few days ago too.
It appears that she is the, in a way, the antithesis of my gods. She hides from them, which not few can do.
There's 9 of them. I must not be very good at looking.
Perhaps not.
No gods of insight, huh?
Not within the Iceland Papillon.
Or perception.
On perception.
Yeah.
Yes, if you...
So, yeah, we're back at step 1. We have to find your kids. We don't know where they are.
No, we're on step 2. We have to investigate the castle. That is our main lead. We have...
No, his father is at the castle. I already know where it is.
Oh, yes.
It's in between Krueler and Senmore.
We can't go to the
We can't
castle.
go there, we'll die.
Yeah, okay.
If we go there, you would probably die.
What we do know.
Or he took your dad's head off, you know, like 1 at that. Just far more likely, let's be honest.
Let's go back.
It's incredible.
How many heads does your father have?
Just one.
How big is your father? What if he's in the middle of... He's angry in the middle of the fight. What's his average size?
Well, either way,
It's quite big.
At least 20 feet.
it seems we don't have guys on your children. We have a clear lead going south, and by south I mean directly downwards, beneath the city for your well of fate.
No. Well, these are 2 different quests. We can only do one once. It just happens we're throwing in the same direction that his quest is. Because we don't have any leads.
You seem quite
And we have
defensive.
warnings not to go towards your father, otherwise that will kill you.
That
So,
makes sense. You should come with us.
the question is, what is...
We still haven't figured out where the giants came from either.
I have another question.
Where do they come from?
We found the trailer and we found the mountain group where they came from.
They came from underground.
You found where?
We found a crack. Yes.
Where is the girl?
That's a good
One
place to
go.
Sophia's here. She told us.
Oh. She talked to us.
She follows 5 people.
Oh, she's behind you.
I
Okay.
don't really want to talk with you guys anymore. I just feel like I get told to shut
Sophia, there's some nice orphanages in the city you can stay at if you want.
Really?
If you want to hang out with us. Honestly, your life will be much longer and better if you, if you stay
camp
in the
outside
city.
in the woods. Do you want to join me in that?
I could recommend one or two.
Tent or any supplies, but we can hunt.
No, you're coming with us. Let's go down the sewers.
Come on.
Or the tunnel, whatever.
Yes, tunnel under the sewers.
Conversations you guys heard. Just as much as the books.
In like 5 levels, we'll get a flying bird we can use as a base.
What?
Just like
What?
I mean, we
That's
already
like 40 sessions,
What a
okay?
strange...
we already metagaming know where one of them is.
Okay, so do you guys follow the giant's tracks?
They were the original owners of the land.
Makes sense.
Perhaps it's worthwhile to follow them.
Raise them. Look, like I said, we got attacked by a skeleton called Wrath.
There's
Probably one of
There's giants.
because he's kind of an asshole.
Well, I
giants
mean,
have a key to my children, I think. They were going to ambush us with the children in hand. They're coming to know about the children. So we should go follow up.
Yeah, small.
well, wait.
Also,
Those were skeleton
happy.
giants.
Those giants are the thing... Sorry, I'm thinking of the other giants. The giants in the tunnels. The giants with the
One came from
footprints...
underground,
The
so-
stone giant?
Giant skeletons.
The giant skeletons, we were given a warning not to go there, otherwise death. Because that's the way the
I thought
monarch's
the going to
going.
the castle was the death.
Is that not where the giants are going? Now I'm confused.
Yes, but the giants are
Too
not.
much information by intelligence.
To the mountains, right?
Your intelligence is only 10. That's a good makes sense.
Considering it's been like 4 hours, there's no way you could have followed them all the way to Fort Agrum, so they're not in the same place.
Well, it also makes sense that because you don't hear of giants being around here anymore, that the only ones you
Fort
see
Agrum is still like 100 miles away.
So we should follow the footprints.
If we want to get to an unexplored entrance to something underground,
I think that's probably a good idea.
That sounds exactly what
Have you been in the entrance of the place you're going to lead us?
Necromancer was
Oh, yeah, plenty of time.
What's in there?
It's a lot.
oftentimes
Like what?
Oftentimes, heretics.
Oh,
They tend to,
You usually kill them?
yes.
burn them.
when they pop up around the city, we kill them too.
Otherwise, I've seen a magical force field that separates the inner sanctum from the outer sanctum.
Okay.
We haven't been able to
What is a force field?
It's a field of magical force.
Does it prevent you from moving one side to another?
Sort of.
I could possibly help with that force field.
then
You can?
maybe we should head down there. My assumption is that it's what keeps us from heading further into the tunnels, most likely further downward as well.
Right, so that makes
That's
sense.
likely
It is a
where
field of
you're
force.
And Harry says, if it was
Fountain
designed
would
by a
be.
lawful person, there's a good potential that I can mute its effects temporarily, maybe give us entry, maybe.
But a lot of these tunnels were made many, many, many years ago before humans settled here.
And that magic pretends.
It's a wild magic as well. Some ancient civilization, most likely the giants, crafted these. So, if any of you are experts in magical tinkering, that would be perfect. I'll take it as a no.
I don't know much about magic, but I've been learning.
That's all right. We can figure it out.
I can possibly disable an enchantment. Probably disable the whole system, maybe. Or at least a part.
And if we get lucky, that might also be the way to the blue vermin who have your kids.
And if there are multiple, it will take weeks.
So I go in the front door then.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
it wouldn't work. We can be moving now. We don't call it the front door.
It's more like the,
Well, I'm just going to say that the way the giants came from is the back door, just to make it easier.
it's more like the basement entrance.
We found entrances inside of the city.
This will be the first outside.
This might be the first. Could just be a big cavern.
Something that could be.
I would expect it to be a big...
But when we get in, keep your guards up. You never know what's around the corner.
Secret tunnel.
Aaron, just go last.
The mountains.
Fine. Didn't want to work my muscles anyway. Get to a point where you're noticing there are about 2.5 hours of journeying. You're cresting over large ridges, and about that 3-hour point, you're hitting a deep, deep slope down, like the gully of a large mountain range. You're looking towards steeper upper hills, but when we curve around the corner from where this steep slope is, we see a crack in the stone, 20 feet wide, maybe 30 feet tall, against the sheer rock cliff. Every 15 or so feet, there are one dispersed footprint, and you notice there's not like 3 sets of giant footprints. No, they stepped right behind each other in their own steps. So you can see those footsteps that should have been imprinted once have 3 layers of imprint, so they're pretty thick.
Whoa.
That's deep.
We're going north.
You're going north for about 4 hours. The giant footsteps leads inwards, and what you see leads to a massive stone archway. You can see the roof is actually sunk about 5 feet, so the top of that archway is actually collapsed inwards by the roof. And what looked like an archway with at one time doors, large iron rusted doors, you can see weapons of great magnitude, slashes, grooves. Weapons actually probably designed to rip apart these type of doors in this size. Lacerations, engravings, massive giant cleaves and gashes, showing the types of weapons that have torn through this massive archway.
So does the archway look similar to a wall fortress that I saw once that got attacked by giants?
In shape and size, yeah. But you never... Like, even the ones that you walk through, totally different environment, like icy, cold. This is like dry stone.
Okay.
Except you notice that with this small, like, downhill after the arch, you descend maybe another 30 feet, and you realize there's a thin layer of mist that covers the stone floor. A thin layer of mist, a dark room ahead, and as some light begins to move in, statues on the side of the walls, a large open walkway, 40 foot, 20 foot wide, at rough and varying angles that leads to what looks to be some sort of 90, 80, 90 foot long walkway to a precipice where you can see a small amount of water that laps the edge of very broken stones. And as you take your first steps down, the kind of mist, not revealing that the layer of about 1 inch of water that covers the stone floors. And these very interesting T-posing nun-like figures. 4 of them lining the main hallway, T-posing. And kind of distant, quiet sound that you're now all aware of as you enter this chamber, this quiet kind of